Welcome. Like I just said, are you ready?
That was faster than I thought. I wasn't ready.
I'm not ready. I didn't warn you for the speed like usual. Tronicus, it is good to see you. Good to see everybody here this fine Thursday evening. Our usual Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern-ish.
Will that change next month?
Thursdays. Is that when
won't
the time
change for us?
When does the time change?
And was it? Oh, I guess it's April.
Is it like April? I think it's like April
Early
or something
April.
like that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to that.
Right around the time that the U of A is crushing our dreams in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, God, March Madness, so painful. Please make it to the Sweet 16.
They're the fourth. They have the fourth lowest odds, fourth best odds.
I don't know how you want to look at it.
According to DraftKings, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you put a little scratch on them?
No, I would never bet on the U of A.
Wait a minute. The things you'll bet on with the U of A, you bet on ping pong.
Sure.
Oh, wait, that was me.
I bet on soccer, but
that's almost as bad as ping pong.
Well, it was just
close.
It was just to get my money, my free bet money activated.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yes, welcome everybody. It is About Beverage podcast time. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are, of course, About Beverages, and we're going to have many a beverage this evening. We've got some matcha green tea from Trader Joe's. Yep. We've got an Imperial Stout that has been long in the making and hanging around.
Well, I don't know if is Imperial. I know it's Nitro.
It is Imperial Stout. I have looked at it. I have typed this many times today.
A Nitro,
it's
and
8%,
Imperial.
so barely Imperial.
Okay, yeah.
Imperial Coffee
Qualifies
Stout
them.
Nitro. So we've got that. We have a very rare rye whiskey that I have been trying to track down for quite a while. So I'm very excited to. I hope it holds up to my memory from like 2 or 3 years ago. So that is like, I think what I wrote in the tweet that I put up earlier. I put up something to the effect of like, does the past match the present or something like that? So
when the past meets the nexus.
I know, exactly.
And you're actually charging me for my sample this time. So
I do have to.
That's how precious this is.
It is. Yeah, it gets very expensive. And also I'm not actually doing it by volume, I'm doing it by weight. How much you actually get. I think that works out better for me in the long run. All right, let's grab the first. Wait. An audible has been called by this guy right here that he knows nothing about.
Oh, audible.
Guess what?
What?
We've got a different beverage we're going to start. We're going to do the other ones too, but we've got a different special beverage.
Oh, no. More
and this happened.
THC?
This happened just as what?
More THC? Seltzer?
No, there's no more seltzer. No, there's no seltzer like that. You have to keep everyone entertained, though, for like a minute, because I have to go grab it.
A minute? Well, fortunately, there's only one person here.
Okay, that's good. That's solid. Thankfully, Baker's not here yet. We're all good. No one's come in. Planty hasn't stopped by.
Everybody's going to pop in, and they'll be like, where's Andrew?
Where's Andrew? He's not here. All right, I'll be right back.
I'm carrying on the show in his memory.
We'll talk. Wow. Oh, my God, I'm dead.
No,
Jesus Christ. Oh. That went south quick.
It's very solemn here at About Beverages on this Thursday evening, 2/22/24. He's already had one too many. Yeah. Well, he may not have, and I haven't either. We're just getting started here. So yeah, this is a surprise. Often I will surprise Andrew by bringing an extra something or other to the table, and then he scrambles for graphics and all the stuff that he does, all that behind the scenes stuff that I don't do, and he does do. And he does it so well and tirelessly. And so yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot to this podcast and streaming thing, and I don't even I just see a small fraction of it. So anyways, I'm about to be surprised by something. The matcha green tea, I will not be surprised. Well, I'll be a little bit surprised. I haven't had it in a while.
It's National Margarita Day.
Oh, wow. National Margarita. Oh my gosh. Wow. We're starting with a margarita. Oh my goodness. No, and wow.
It's National Margarita Day. I got out my sweet looking ice cubes that I got.
You did.
You're created there. So it looks like there's way more in there than there really is.
Okay. That's one big block of ice.
That's one big block of ice. Lady, how's it going? It is good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, happy National Margarita Day.
2/22.
I saw literally people talking about it today, and also was like, and I was in different chats, and they were like, you guys are having a margarita night. I was like, well, shit, I guess I better make a margarita.
We are now.
Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here as well. So a slightly different, because I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it. Slightly different take based on just the ingredients I have. So it's a Blanco tequila. It's the El Tequileno, which I've been super enjoying, additive-free tequila. So we've got that. Usual lime juice, our usual 2-to-1 ratio that we like for the ultimate margarita.
Okay.
I didn't have agave nectar. Okay. So the other day when I was doing on Friday, I made one of these. I didn't have agave nectar. So I used the Trader Joe's bourbon barrel aged maple syrup as the sweetener. I added a little bit more because agave nectar is just naturally sweeter. So I added a little bit more of that, a little bit of salt like we always do too. But then today my little adjustment was for a little bit of fun. Sometimes people like putting in what in their cocktail. They like putting in a little Cointreau.
Oh,
they put a little kind of like
Grand Marnier,
something like that.
Can't think of what the other name is. The orange stuff.
Cheetos.
Not Cointreau. Not
Cointreau, Grand Marnier.
Boy, we used to carry it at the store. Anyway, we'll figure it out. It'll
Okay.
come to me.
So I did a little orange bitters.
Oh, okay.
I thought that might be interesting. You got the sweet, sour, and then a little bitter, but also still the brightness. The orange bitters I have that feed or whatever it is that you can get through Amazon and a bunch of other places. But
So is it getting the color then from the syrup?
yeah, the syrup is definitely adding.
I thought maybe you used a reposado or something.
I know it does look like that, but no, it's literally like I said, between the lime juice being slightly darker and then that bourbon barrel aged, like I said, maple syrup just adds a little more color to it too. But yeah, and then the fun little ice cube in there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
That was a birthday gift, right?
Yeah,
Dang,
it was.
That thing goes all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, it's nice. It stays super heavy. It's cute. It's the 2-inch block. I actually need to make more. I used some the other day and like I made like a bag of them and then I set them in there and had them. But yeah, I need to make more.
Oh, happy Margarita Day.
Happy Margarita Day.
Okay. That works.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a little smoky. Something at the end. Maybe that's the bourbon barrel.
It could be. Yeah,
Syrup.
I get that too. A little bit of syrup there. I probably would have dialed the syrup back a touch and I would have added even a little more of the bitters. I didn't want to add too much and overpower because that orange bitters actually does add quite a bit. Like it's a nice punch because I use that in the Manhattan as opposed to like the Regan orange bitters or whatever else. I've been using that and it's very bright. I use that with the regular, like I said, the regular bitters that I have, the Angostura bitters.
I have something savory in there, and maybe it's just the oak or the barrel age that I'm picking up on, but that's good.
National Margarita Day
With a twist. With a breakfast
with
twist.
a twist. Yeah, exactly.
Hang on, I got to look up.
With the breakfast
This
twist.
isn't going to be...
That's all right. Fact finding always works out well. So that was my one little thing. All of a sudden today, I was like, I was like, well, I could text. I was like, I'll just make one. We'll just have one at the beginning, and then we'll have the green tea afterwards and whatever else. Sushi, it is good to see you. How are you doing, Sushi? Always good to see you. Good to see everybody here this fine evening. Hopefully, you're having a pretty good Thursday. So I texted you while you're looking that up. I texted you, and you responded slightly. Did you listen to the Billy Joel song anymore?
I listened to it on the way over, actually.
What'd you think?
Listened to it
It's good, isn't it? I liked it too.
I
was surprised how much I liked it.
I had kind of triple sec. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
And I didn't even see it on there.
Is that the lowest of all three?
I think so.
Because Cointreau is the most expensive.
Yeah.
And then Grand Marnier.
They're about the same.
Or maybe Grand Marnier is about the same, isn't it?
It just depends.
And then triple sec's always kind
of
of like the cheaper orange liqueur.
Yes.
Which I think is their tagline.
More expensive.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Triple sec.
We're the cheaper orange liqueur.
Exactly. There you go.
It's good. I liked it the first time I heard it, but then I was like, I want to revisit this a little bit. But I had my expectation, the bar set kind of low for his voice because it doesn't set
right.
But overall,
I think he worked well within the range that he has now.
It's good, and I do like it.
It was nice. Ellie, hi, how's it going?
It's just like how he says,
good to see you.
I'm late, but I'm here now.
Yes,
I like that line.
Yeah, there were definitely some good lines in there that I did really like. So
speaking of Billy Joel,
do we know is there a whole album coming out? Did you research that?
I don't know. I didn't research that.
Okay,
he was on Howard Stern. But for whatever,
I sent you that, didn't I?
What's that?
Did I send you the Howard Stern clip?
No, he was. I guess there was like a 2-hour interview or something.
Yeah, well, he was on there like playing songs, and I got one of the clips. I must not have sent it to you, but it was him talking about because you had just talked about the documentary for We Are the World.
Oh yeah,
and Howard Stern asked him about that, like he's like, well, I was in LA at the time, and they're like, you want to come do this thing, and Bruce was going to be there, and we were just going to have some sandwiches and some. It's really funny, like just very laid back Billy Joel kind of story.
Have you watched that yet?
I have not. I actually would watch it.
Yeah,
though.
It's on Net. Well, do you have Netflix? You have Netflix.
No, we're going to. We don't have it yet. We will though. Poetry night went amazing. Ellie, that's fantastic.
Poetry in motion.
Poetry in motion. Yeah, Ellie has been doing some like kind of stand up beat poetry.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and has actually been going. There's some videos in the Discord actually of her reading some of the poetry and stuff like that. It's been pretty cool. She's been nice enough to send some of it to me. She's like, "This is the one I'm reading now." Like,
gonna give Guardian a run for his money.
Very much so.
We'll be seeing poetry from
another 6 poems. Oh my gosh!
What, another 6? That's a lot of poems.
I know. Not only is that a lot of poems, that also shows that people must like what you're doing because you think after one or two they'd be like, "That's good. That's good. Save those for next time."
Thank you. Only one per customer.
Yeah. Save them for next time. That's awesome, Ellie. Congratulations. I'm glad you're doing that. Very brave.
Of course,
Very brave.
Just read them all as one. It was 6.
Yeah, it was
I just
6.
read them all as one.
Yeah, it was 6 I combined into one. They were kind of short stories, and I turned it into one book.
Encore, they were holding up their lighters.
They did 3 and then
Bring
another
back
3.
Ellie.
There you go. Did 3. What were you saying?
So
speaking of Billy Joel.
So, we've been looking at our vacations and stuff for this year, and you're
going to go see him at Madison Square Garden.
Well, one of the people that we've always wanted to see is Sting. I've never seen the Police. Well, obviously the Police back in the day are Sting, and so we were like,
wouldn't that have been a good concert?
So I started looking up where is Sting in concert, and then I found out that he's in Vegas November 9th with Billy Joel.
Sting and Billy Joel,
and so we bought tickets.
Did you?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So we usually go in October for our anniversary, but we're pushing that back a month. So we're gonna go see Sting and Billy Joel.
That's super cool.
I was like, Sting and Billy Joel.
Where is it at?
Allegiant, the football stadium.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
And are you actually like on stage?
Yeah, we'll be there. Billy's gonna sing "She's Always a Woman" to me.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
She's always a woman to him.
To me. Yeah, no, I did. We're researching because another person I'd like to see is Colin Hay, lead singer of Men at Work. I don't know if you've ever heard any of his solo stuff.
I have not actually.
It's really one of the things that, and I've noticed this in a few of his songs, is he has a passion for tea and coffee. And he talks about, and he'll say, I like drinking Irish tea. He mentions lapsang souchong in one of his songs.
Oh, that's nice.
He talks about, I get this coffee. It comes from faraway land. And then you can also tell that he must have at one time, maybe imbibed a little too much. Cause he's like, nowadays I don't really have any use for but that isn't a theme in a few of his songs, but he does like a rework of Down Under, and Overkill, and Who Can It Be Now, but then also a lot of his own stuff. And
it's Who Can It Steep Now?
Yeah. What can you steep now? Tea. What can you steep now? But so he's somebody I'd like to see live as well. But he was going to be.
Is he not also in Vegas? You're like, and next week in Vegas.
Yeah. No, he was in South America and then kind of going up the East Coast and then Australia. And Kristen was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was going to say, I'd go to Australia.
I'll follow.
I will send you the videos later when Eden sends them to me. Nice. Look forward to seeing those, Ellie. Thank you very much. Like I said, appreciate it. It's good, right?
It's good. I get the orange, though. It's there.
It's there. I wouldn't mind a touch more. For me, I wouldn't mind, at least with how this cocktail sits because of the bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup. If I went to agave nectar, that might lighten it up just a little bit on some of those notes you're talking about, which the orange then would come out more.
I gotta tell you, I like those, because it's making me think of bacon a little.
Oh my God.
The sweet.
Or is that just because Guardian Down just showed up? Is that what's making you think of bacon?
Is Guardian Down thinking of bacon with Guardian Down?
I don't know. I always think of bacon.
Oh, okay.
Just in general. What up? How's it going, Guardian Down? It is wonderful to see you.
It could probably come back, but I wouldn't want to lose that because I do like. There's like I
think I may need 2 jars of this next
sweetness of that.
Put really that in your noggin. I may need 2 of these next year.
Well, maybe.
Well, because I use it now for cocktails. Like I said, I basically have to hide it from my son, who a few times had used it like in his smoothies because we were out of like some other sweetener he'd put in there. I was like, that's precious stuff. That's precious. And he's like, but it's really good. I'm like, I know it is. Well, then go buy your own then.
Oatmeal.
I got that as a gift.
I put some syrup in my oatmeal the other day too. It's good in oatmeal.
Of this?
No, I didn't want to waste that.
Oh, okay.
I just regular old.
Oh, did you buy yourself a jar of this though? Do you always? Get
I have one from last year. Still, It's
crystallized now.
Yeah. I didn't work my way through that yet.
So. Happy National Margarita Day to everybody here in chat. Once again, we were starting off with just a impromptu
that was a nice
margarita, little treat.
Nice surprise.
A little something different.
Delicious. I do love the cocktails.
You too.
Yeah.
I keep saving more and more. I think 2024 we need to be even a little more adventuresome with our cocktails. Okay. Like I said, I know there's a lot of things there's a lot of drinks I save and I'm like, okay, we have that. And then I don't know why green chartreuse is very popular. It seems like I find a lot of drinks that have that in it. Because it has an earthy herbal kind of quality or something to it.
I've never had that.
Yeah, like I said, that seems to be very, and a couple, because I'll be like, it's tequila and so much, and they're like, and then a half ounce of green chartreuse. I was like, son of a bitch. That is an amazing one right there. Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub too. Bacon makes my mouth horny. I have to second that, honestly.
It does that to a lot of people, I think.
Have you ever made like either like a kicked up kind of bacon where people put like actual, like when they go to bake it, or they bake it like halfway through and then they'll put like almost like a maple glaze on there or something, like a snack and bacon kind of thing?
No.
You ever done that?
Sounds good.
That's good. I'll have that.
Sounds good. I'll have that. We went Saturday. We went out to lunch for like a late Valentine's. We went down to the Hub, and they have their prime fries, they call them, but we get them with the tater tots. Got the melted cheese and like the little bit of the prime. I think it's like, I don't know if it's prime rib, but it's some kind of meat.
There'd be some sort of meat on there, yeah.
And then we were gonna get that, and then they're like, well, we have our brunch tots right now too. Came with it.
Brunch tots?
An egg on top of all that with avocado. And oh my God, it was so good. Yeah.
I love egg on like any. My
Egg
son lately has
delicious.
been making, we get salmon patties out at Costco. And I like, we'd had them in there for a little bit. And sometimes I would make them and I would turn them into like, I would almost like, even though they were in patties, like I would shred them and make them into like wraps or something like that. But then at one point I took them and I fried them in the pan, because that's another way you can make them. I did them in the pan, and then I made like almost like salmon burgers out of them with like, I put a piece of cheese and tomato, like did kind of that whole thing. Well, that inspired my son, and at some point now he has started making, he'll do the salmon patties, he puts cheese on them, but then he also then makes a fried egg and puts a fried egg on top of it with it. I was like, and he was doing that the other day, and I was like, are you doing your thing? He's like, yeah, the fried egg is so good. He's cooking it in the pan after the salmon's done, so it's kind of like picking up some of those juices, and he puts it, I was like, wow, that looks really nice.
I put fried egg on top of this old shoe. It's delicious.
You could. Take asparagus, wrap it in bacon, melt butter, mince garlic and brown sugar, and brush on the asparagus and bake. That sounds
good too.
I love asparagus like so much. It just so under, like that is definitely one of my go-to things. That sounds fantastic, lady. Is that something like you do and like you're like, right? Is that what you're cooking right now? Maybe you were just explaining it very easily. Speaking of, since we're talking about food, we are, I think, one episode left of The Bear.
Oh, okay.
And I'm very sad because there's only one episode left.
Okay.
I may actually watch through the series again myself, like just because it felt like it. Just breeze through it.
I kind of need to watch.
Maybe this weekend.
I need to watch the second season again. Yeah. So, what did you think of the episode of Bob Odenkirk?
Oh, I thought it was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very tense.
It is.
It's very tense.
But
It's
you
very
kind of
overwhelming.
needed to inform.
It informs everything so well.
Yeah.
Like I said again, we and here's the thing. That's episode, I think, 6. I think what it was. Hi, beverage times 2. Cheers, Baker. It's good to see you. Times 2 to you as well.
Times 2. Cheers.
Good to see you. We watched that one, and because the first season's only 8 episodes.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And then the next season is 10.
10.
And I didn't see that. And the 8th episode finished. I was like, God, that was so good. And then all of a sudden, like, it came out, and I was like, there's another episode. I was like so excited.
Yeah.
And then we finished that one. And I was like, but we'd already watched, like, we'd watched that one and another 2. So then it was like, that's usually kind of the limit for my wife. My wife like wants to watch like about 2 or 3 like of a new show. And then after that, she kind of wants to do other things, either watch A Modern Family or like something else we've watched before. I don't know why that happened. Like for me, I would just keep watching. I'd be like, oh my God, it's great. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
She's like it's like,
that's like Pocket is the same way.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let Fraser settle it. Which civil
There it
war
is.
was more interesting? Spanish. But I don't have time to prove it.
Secret is good to see you. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. Thank you for that, as always. Or a Fraser.
We've had some Frasers on in the background as we've been EFTing the last couple of weeks.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you were talking about that.
Oh my God, there's just so many things. I don't know those lines, all of those lines, like like episodes of Cheers, even, and some things. I know what's coming. I know what, and sometimes some I'm like, okay, I know what line is in here. I'm looking forward to that. But then others I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that he said. Oh geez, some of them are like so subtle almost, but just so. There's just such good stuff in there.
Yeah, I think Frasier, I have definitely, there's a certain lines that I've gotten to know so well that like, it's like Cheers, where I've watched it so many times that I'm like, I'm like, oh God, this is my, and I'll even tell stuff of it like, because it's either stuff we've talked about or something. I'm like, oh God, Keith and I love this. This is like so good. And they'll say it, and I'll just be like, almost like excited as it's going on. It's like so ridiculous. Would like to say a bit, however, I have to lay down for a bit. Hard to breathe still. Secret, lay down then. Lay down then.
Hard to breathe. That's not good.
It's not actually. Usually oxygen's a good thing.
Yeah. I know how that
as
is.
much as Michael Stipe says, I'm trying not to breathe. I can hold my head high with my... I think that's... I don't know how that song goes exactly. All right. First actual beverage of the evening that we had planned on is the Trader Joe's Matcha Green Tea. I'll get back to the bear here in just one second because I do want to talk about that.
I think you're on to something with that bourbon maple syrup.
Good, isn't it? I use it in so many different things.
You shake it up?
No. Shake well before using. Well, then you can have that one.
Oh, no. Here. No, you have this. I've had this. It's been a while, but I've had it. Here.
It's fine. I poured it.
Did you get everything out of there?
I did. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I got everything. We're fine. We're good. We're going to have this. I have not had matcha in like a really long time, honestly.
Mucho matcha.
But had some green tea, but not this. But no, like I said, no, that episode is so good because like I said, it's very stressful, but it informs so many things. And then God, the next like episode with looks like pesto sauce. It kind of does a little bit. Oh, it's actually it's chromaing out so you can actually see stuff behind me. Yeah, it does look a little bit like pesto sauce. Does not smell like it though. It smells.
The bottom of that can is heavy.
Smells kind of like young Hyson. It smells like a little bit like even though it's a higher, like can be a higher grade of green tea. It smells a little.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely a little more fishy.
Kind of that fishy smell.
Yeah, fishy stuff there. Partially tore my right oblique muscle on February 4th, so it's hard to breathe without having that group to stabilize my upper torso.
Oh yeah, no, sorry to hear that. That
on that I will get back to lyric, of course.
I remember that one of the times we played softball and I dove and made a catch. And I did make the catch. But I landed, I think I cracked a rib. I remember like that next couple of days, even at work at Arbuckle, just being like, oh God. And it was hard to move around. So yeah, I would imagine. Yeah,
it was rough.
Not being able to breathe sucks.
Planty, good to see you. Always
Planty.
good to see you. Planty, how are you this fine evening? Cheer. Yeah, it's kind of, that one's just going to be a little.
Yeah. It's definitely
funky.
Green.
Yeah, there's definitely green tea.
But it does have that, you think fish, but it definitely is like heavy tea.
Yes, this is a very heavy tea smell.
Green tea aroma.
Not too bad. We just finished up actually a cocktail. I did an impromptu cocktail. We had a margarita for National Margarita Day. Planty, join us. Have a margarita. Go make a margarita or your version of that, an amaretto sour, whichever works there.
And this is just water, green tea, matcha powder, ascorbic acid, vitamin C to maintain color. And good old xanthan gum, which is soy and wheat.
Gum. Oh, is there soy in it? I'm sorry.
Product of Japan, 0 calories, 0 protein.
How much caffeine is in
Zero
this, do
sugar.
they claim?
They're not saying.
Okay. I saw like green tea in general, like I said, or matcha specifically, 70 to 140 milligrams.
Oh, there's no caffeine in green tea.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I love that conversation. we were talking about that before the show. I made that information. Like people think green tea means there's no caffeine in it. It's not true. Sometimes it can be less, but it's not true.
No, but the caffeine in green tea is absorbed differently because of the polyphenols, so you don't have that initial super like
that is correct. Yeah,
rush, and it just kind of spreads out. Okay, so
it's more of like a plateau, like people talk about. It's more of like an even kind of
an even release.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's an excellent point. Like so, that is kind of the biggest difference that people don't realize, and that's why it affects their bodies differently. So then they assume that there's either less caffeine or no caffeine because coffee kind of gives you that big spike, and then sometimes there can kind of be the crash.
Yep.
Guardian down. Get better soon. I've had this limp to my left since a teenager, but after my wedding night, my late wife figured out why I was limping. God damn it, Guardian down.
So have you heard of adding olive oil to coffee beverages? Has this been all the rage of
butter?
Right.
I've heard butter, like doing that. I've also think we should do a tasting at some point. I have heard adding a good olive oil to ice cream.
Oh,
I talked to you about that. I talked to you about that.
No, but Starbucks is
actually margarita.
Starbucks is actually making, it's called like an oleato or something like that. And it has the ones that I have been I don't know, there's this whole coffee thing that goes on at work, but I have been brought one with oat milk, coffee. I'm not sure if it's just brewed or espresso, and then the olive oil, and you can really taste the olive oil. And it's I actually
because I know olive oil in general, like is like they always talk about taking a shot of olive oil is good for you, all that kind of stuff. Butter, yes. Olive oil, no. Yeah, butter, yes. Olive oil, no. I have not.
I have. It is some.
So is it turned into kind of like a savory thing with the coffee, like so smoky savory?
A little bit, but also adds a little more body to it. Gives you that kind of oily
viscosity,
and there is something.
But you said oat milk though too.
Strangely, yeah.
So it's not just coffee and olive oil.
I guess you can do it. one of my coworkers, he said the barista there said, yeah, we can do anything. We can add this to anything you want. But I guess there are some ways it's just more.
Olive oil is a good fat burner. Is that true?
I know it's a good fat.
That's true. It's burning.
It's
through.
good. I wasn't sure if you. Ghee. Oh yeah, ghee. Or also known as clarified butter.
Oh, ghee. Yeah.
Ghee.
There you go.
Jeez.
Well, I remember like the Alton Brown thing, like at some point, remember like that was like all the rage, and people maybe still do that, where actually in the brewed grounds, he would put like a pinch of salt in the brewed grounds.
Oh yeah.
And like would brew that through there. That was like kind of a thing for a while. Which I agree. Like if you've ever seen the episode with Alton, which we have obviously, but if anyone out there has watched Alton Brown talk about coffee and the brewing process, that's like pretty much accurate. Like it's very accurate, at least to what I feel is the correct, like I said, the correct way. Like that's probably the only thing that's a little odd, or I feel unnecessary. Like that's one of those things.
Adding
that's like
sugar.
No, adding salt.
Oh yeah, adding salt.
Adding salt
right.
to me is always like that's fine or whatever, but it always feels like, okay, if you're doing that, maybe you should buy a slightly better coffee where you don't have to do that. Like I don't know, it's one of those things. But anyway, my mother has put a pinch of salt for years in the coffee pot. Yeah, like I said, that's exactly. I think he just puts like a little bit in there. I forget what his exact reasoning was for that. I think it was a little more scientific than just like the salt bringing out the flavors and things. Kivo, good evening. How are you this fine evening? But yeah, good to see everybody. Hi. How's it going, brothers? We're doing
good.
well.
We had surprise margarita for Margarita Day.
We did National Margarita Day. Go have a margarita if you're able.
Matcha green tea, unsweetened, no calories.
That's fine. It's green tea. I like it. I would drink this.
Yeah, $1.29.
Okay.
The Golden Oolong that I was also offered is a bigger. I think it's 16 ounces. I think, and it's the same price. So,
adding salt is better than a dildo. Well, yes, adding a dildo to coffee, I'm not sure exactly what that would get for you.
Unless you use it as like a pestle, mortar and pestle.
Could be able to use like a mortar and pestle.
Grind it a little finer.
You just hit a button and then you just don't even have to do any of the movements, I guess, right? Yeah, just kind of, there's
I like my coffee vibrated.
My coffee vibrated. There you go. But no, I like when I watch a TV show, Back to the Bear. I like when I watch a TV show and little things where I'm like, oh, they're probably going to do this. I've got to be prepared. This is going to frustrate me, that X, Y, and Z. And then when a show like that, and again, we have one more episode, so they could literally like completely do everything that I'm upset with. But like that they seem to either avoid that stuff, subvert it in some way. Like I was worried to some extent, like that his girlfriend, like I said, Claire Bear, that she was going to be kind of like, or that was going to be some sort of issue, and it was a little bit, but then that gets talked out and people actually having conversations and talking about things, which is like an amazing thing. Like usually that'd be like something you'd watch in a regular sitcom or show, and like no one would talk about it. They'd just be angry for 5 episodes and it'd be like, God, this is so frustrating if they would just talk about it. And in this show, they kind of do. They maybe have their little thing, which would be totally normal. Like people would get upset about something, but then they are able to, like someone is able to say that one piece of dialogue that is usually missing from every other damn show that you watch. And then that starts the conversation. Hey, I didn't mean that to come out like that. Like, but I'm just worried about this and that. And then they actually talk about their feelings and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, it's just great. Like his relationship, but like say with his other sous chef, the stuff with Cousin where he goes and works at the finer restaurant.
Oh, that was a great episode.
Episode is so fantastic. It's handled so perfectly and just ridiculous. Like I can't even tell you how much like I literally love that show with all my heart. Like it's so good. It's so good. It's very stressful though, so that part it's not excited about everybody.
The Bob Odenkirk's rule.
Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, all his stuff. He's like, oh, you telling that story again? Like, throw that fork one more time. Throw that fork one more time. And then the whole thing goes, and then
the whole Jamie Lee Curtis
going crazy and all that stuff. Yeah.
What did you say, Mom? It's okay, or what? What does she say?
Are you okay? She says, "Are you okay?" She always asks, "Are you okay?" And it's like, and everyone at the table's like, "Oh shit!" Like just, which I get. Sometimes there's that point. It's like you've asked a couple times, like, and I identify with Abby Elliott because I think I'm kind of her sometimes, where I can see that where I'm the person that is that like, you okay? All right. You okay? Like, and I'm probably going to keep asking. 'Cause I'm like,
Sure.
I'm going to keep asking until you actually tell me because I know you're not okay.
Yeah.
and I am that person because it's like I want to feel like I want to try and help.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's annoying and sometimes that's not the right thing. And I've learned to be better at like reading some signals. It's like, okay, I need to back off one more of those. But that's who I am. Like I'm not going to fix. Like that's the thing I have learned. It's like you're not always going to like fix somebody, but like, you know, you just want them to know
tell me
that
the truth.
You just want them to know I'm truly there for you.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth that you're not okay. And when you want to talk about this, then we can, but like, just don't say that we are. And then I go on about my business and then you're like, well, why didn't you ask me that?
Yeah.
You know, or whatever, like whatever that. So
Yeah.
Oh. Excited to talk about Destiny tomorrow's stream. Off topic. I know. I mean, no, Kiva, what do you want to talk? If there's anything in particular you want to knock out quick, like I said, I'm more than happy to discuss some Destiny. A big TWAB and stuff came out today, but yeah, no, like I said, we have one more episode. They're just about to open for the family service or whatever and do that episode, which unfortunately Abby Elliott decided to invite Jamie Lee Curtis. So see if she actually shows up. I don't know if she does or not. And then obviously
trying to use my poker face for all of this.
Yeah. And then like I said, obviously his lady's going to show up and whatever, because he invited her too. But yeah, Oliver Platt was good. Oh God. I almost literally started weeping. The Oliver Platt episode, the most recent one where he's talking about basically a failure, and he talks about the Alex Gonzalez and the Steve Bartman. I literally almost started weeping.
Yeah.
I was like, and as soon as he started saying it, I said, "Oh my God!" And Rachel, my wife, Rachel, she's like, "What?" I'm like, just listen. I'm like, I know exactly where he's going.
Yeah.
Like, I knew exactly where he was going to go with all that because we've talked about it. That has been the thing, like forever. It's like he dropped that ball, like, and it's like all gets forgotten because this other guy that was a fan in the stand, like, yes, it sucks and like it's terrible, but the rest of this entire team, like, literally melted down. Like, they melted down.
Yep.
And there's no one to blame but them. But it just doesn't get talked about. And oh my God, yeah, it was. And he's like, so I'm Steve Bartman. He's like, no, you're fucking yelling at Alex Gonzalez. Like, yeah, he's like, it's so good.
There's I want to watch it. It's on MLB Network. I guess it's the first time Madden and Francona have watched the game or extended, or there's something where the two of them are with Bob Costas and Tom Verducci and rehashing.
What is
game.
that on?
Okay, it's on MLB. I think it premieres either tonight or last night. It's on MLB
Oh my God.
Network. It's
I need to watch. How much do they watch?
Them. I think the whole game, but I'm not sure.
Of just game 7?
They talk about game 7. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They talk about the ins and the outs.
I need to watch. I need to see that at all costs.
So,
that sounds amazing.
Yep.
Also because we know it ended the right way.
Yes. That's easier to
I
watch.
would not watch it if I was a fan of the Cleveland
Well, then
Guardians.
Indians, now Guardians.
Okay. The Guardians.
Commanders.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
Artifice armor coming in comp. Prophecy getting new weapons. We can get adept trials weapons without going flawless. Yeah. All that stuff is great, Kivo. Kivo, I've done like literally so many videos about the second thing you just mentioned there about the trials and how that should go. And they went most of the way there. And I think that's going to be an excellent thing no matter what other people say. Artifice armor coming to comp. That's great if you happen to play comp, but that's actually probably a pretty small portion, but I'm glad it's getting added there. And then I'm sad that they're removing some of the prophecy weapons, though. Those will be all of my takes on those. But yeah, we can talk about that even more tomorrow. This is good. Like I said, I mean, it's what I would expect. People are either going to like green tea like this, or they're not.
Or that's going to be, some people is going to be.
Yeah, big day March 5th.
That's fishy. They're not going to. Nope, don't want that. Sometime we'll do the golden oolong too.
I would like to try that. Yeah.
I hate for that to be gone.
I was just gonna say, I'm glad you liked it.
Good, yeah. I love the cube too.
It just adds something. I've been using that more. Like I said, I use that.
And you have less. You keeps it cold with less water added
exactly.
to the drink.
Yep. Yeah. It keeps it cold. Yep. Less water the drink. Looks like I said, it's a nice aesthetic thing. But yeah, I've been doing that. Like I said, now I've got to.
I thought I was going to be running
some more of that.
Running behind because I was watching the last episode of season 4 of Better Call Saul. So I'd be starting season 5.
Okay. So what have you seen now?
So
this is the thing. Like, you got to be careful when I'm like.
Yeah. So what just happened is the very Godfather 2 like scene of Mike and the German engineer and him shooting him.
Oh.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Out in the field out there. Well, because he's making so many stupid.
Oh my God, that guy was so dumb.
He's such an idiot.
Like, what are you doing? And that guy, the new guy, new for me, the Eduardo or whatever his name, but you can call him the newest
Lalo.
Salamanca.
Lalo.
Yeah, he's got a little creepy psycho going on. But
Lalo is amazing. Lalo is so amazing. So you've seen, so he was following Mike at one point,
he was following
right?
Mike. He made the call to the
and then even
German
when he
guy.
came in and showed him, he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's making the food. Like, at the restaurant.
you gotta try this. It's the best thing.
He's so
That's
good.
the first scene with him.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't.
Has he gone and seen Gus yet? Has he met Gus at all? Or
Yeah, he went because they went and had the chicken at the.
this chicken, I need this recipe. He's literally outstanding. He is so good.
Yeah,
it's
he's
ridiculous.
good.
Good evening, Crocodile. It is good to see you. How are you this fine evening? Lalo is fantastic. Like I said, he is great. Yeah.
There's a lot. There's 2 seasons left, then, right?
Kind
6
of. I think technically, is there 5 and 6?
I think there's 5 and 6.
Okay. 6 was weirdly split. I think they did a thing where it was maybe it was only 12 episodes. I can't remember.
Okay.
I think because the funny thing, total episodes, I think they did one more episode than Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
Which I think I remember Bob
season,
Odenkirk bragging and joking about that.
Oh,
They did because I think they did 63 and they only did 62 or something.
Okay. Because that was season 4, episode 10. I'm about to start season 5, episode 1. But I'm interested to see the whole Kim and Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And also knowing...
Oh, the Kim and Jimmy, they too, I know this is way earlier seasons, but where they trick that guy, the banker guy, to buy the expensive tequila and they drink all the tequila bottle stuff. That guy was such a douche.
Then they do the thing with the plans where the breast milk or whatever must leak all over the plans, and then let me just use this other one. But then Jimmy just made his speech about getting his license back, becoming a lawyer again.
Right.
He started to read Chuck's letter.
Oh yeah,
And then I just went off script, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do it," because I think she really believed that was him telling, actually getting caught as opposed to him acting it all out.
Right.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's more going on.
No,
so
there's
I'm sure.
that's really good. I like her a lot though, don't you?
Oh yeah, no, she's really
fantastic
good. Yeah.
and he's great. And I just like that there's everything in there. There's so much more room to breathe is the way I like talking. It's just every episode. It's even though there's tension and there's things going on, it doesn't we're Breaking Bad. It feels like you're always at this fever clip, which I like that too. Yeah. This is just it feels like everything is all that kind of stuff. Kaya, how's it going?
Hi, Kaya.
Good to see you.
All the stuff is just kind of happening in the background, and then that now, and what's his name? Gail.
Gus is so
Gail
good.
has been in there. Oh yeah, well he's just
amazing, and just all his
this
stuff.
conversation has no purpose or something like that. Yeah. This conversation is unnecessary.
Can we go in the back and I talk to you about some franchises? Lalo's is great. This chicken is.
Don't let that go to waste.
Yeah, don't let that go to waste.
I'm getting worried. I'm assuming Nacho won't be around too much longer though. I'm afraid because I know he's not in any of the. He's not in Breaking Bad, so that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
If they're not in Breaking Bad,
I mean, in theory, he could escape somewhere.
Yeah, he could maybe to Canada.
I think you've got some more time with Nacho.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's not gone yet, but
he's not going right now.
Kind of,
but
it's funny.
He's really good too, though. This is such a great cast.
He's worried about his dad, but then his dad, he's trying to take care of that, and that's how Hector became the bellman. That scene too.
Wasn't that good too? Yeah. It's neat when you do you think, and I know you haven't finished it yet, Keith City game, I know, Lucky, it's always on point. Do you think that even though you have not finished Better Call Saul, so no spoilers in chat, so even though you haven't finished that, do you think you're glad that you watched them the way that you did, seeing Breaking Bad and then going the prequel almost in a way, or do you think you would have rather seen the prequel and then had that lead into Breaking Bad? Do you like? No, I do. You like that? Like it? Do you like that? You're oh, it's that. Do you like those kind of things? That. Okay.
Yeah. I could see it being okay. If Pocket said, "Oh, you know what? I really want to watch these," and she said, "No, I want to start with this."
Right.
I could see that working too. But
because she tried Breaking Bad and it was also kind of a stressful.
No, she never watched it.
Oh, I thought I thought you guys both tried watching that.
No, I
was.
But
wait, she watched Ozark though.
Yes, but we stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Wait, did you finish that? Okay. I never watched any of that.
We got farther than I think I watched the first season and I was like, I'd be okay with it. But then people that she knew were talking about it. And so she's like, all right, well, let's watch it. So we watched the first season. And then we got halfway through the second season. She's like, oh my God, I can't handle this.
But didn't you guys read it? And then you were almost going to pick up the third season?
No, I don't think she read and she was reading like.
I remember something where like I remember her talking like at a get together where it was like we read this and that and I was like, oh okay, and we almost thought about then like skipping seasons and like starting at like 4th season or something. Like I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul is so worth finishing. Almost better ending than Breaking Bad. Like that's kind of how I feel. Like sometimes, Lucky, I would love it. We need to have that conversation at some point because I remember you were not a huge Better Call Saul fan for like a little while. Like you liked it, but you're like, yeah, it's okay. Like I'm not sure, and you kind of started it and stopped it, kind of like I did, and then I feel like that you kind of then came to that point too. Where you're like, oh, actually, this was pretty good. So that's cool. I still love Breaking Bad though. That's still such an amazing show.
I like Mike too. I mean, all these characters.
Mike is great.
None of these characters are really like good people.
Redeemable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I guess Kim maybe.
Yeah.
I'm only seeing.
How you feel about Howard?
Howard?
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for him right now.
What's Howard doing right now? I don't want to spoil
What's
anything.
he doing right now?
First couple seasons were not very good. So I did not like the first couple seasons the first time I watched them. I shouldn't say not liked. I was just like, it was one of those, like we've talked about earlier with other things where it was like a frustrating type feeling.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, God, I'm just constantly being frustrating. And then all of a sudden when we had kind of stopped, put it down for several seasons, didn't even watch it, then came back, started watching them again with my son. All of a sudden it was like, okay, I honestly now being ready for it, I saw what they were doing and then I liked them more still, but I can still understand that though. Seasons spent building the Jimmy character were so long. Yeah.
Sometimes the Chuck stuff was a little tedious.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, again, there's a lot of
but
room for that to, like I said, as we talked about, to breathe. But I totally get that.
Howard, I think, kind of felt guilty that he may have been responsible for Chuck's death. And the firm was not doing well. And they were having to right size, as the auditors call it.
Yeah.
He said, and then Jimmy just paid for the dedication of the
did he do the thing
the
yet?
reading wing. No, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
I can't remember when that happens.
Maybe he has. I just missed it.
No, it's not like subtle. It's obvious.
Okay.
Howard probably wound up being one of my favorite characters on the show. Was up there. I mean, they're all so great. Like you're starting to split hair. Like I don't know if he actually won anything Emmy wise. Yeah, one of the best characters. I think he was great. But yeah, I love how all that stuff ties together. We don't actually need to. Well, we do because we need to go get glasses. All right, we're gonna take a
glassware.
break.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna switch up some glasses here. Evening, Bev Boys Pocket. It is wonderful to see you. We were just talking about you and how much you love Ozark, one of your favorite shows of all time. The Germans were great too. Yeah, we were just talking. Okay, so Keith has made it to that. He's about to start. He's starting season 5, so he just saw some of the stuff with all the Germans.
Yeah, they went out
because then they're building out that whole
R&R.
that whole place.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's cool because I've seen Gail in a couple episodes now.
Yes.
The first when he was in there singing, look at me, look at me.
Well, then Lalo's tracking that guy down then too. Like that's right, isn't he tracking? Isn't he
the German guy?
Yeah.
Right, because he makes the call.
Right.
I'm calling on behalf of Gustavo Fring, and then Mike gets the phone and just listens to him, and he's like, Mike. And he's like, yeah.
So good. Yes, Lalo is so damn amazing. It's ridiculous.
He's a little, I think he may have just killed the poor wire transfer guy.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Jesus, that guy he did an amazing, like literally, yes. And there's stuff Keith hasn't even seen yet. Like I'm so excited. Like just like you can't wait to talk about that stuff. But all right, we're gonna take a quick break.
Saying Jesus, that guy did such a good job? Or Jesus, that guy did such a good job. Okay. Jesus, now that guy did so. Okay, wait. All right. Yes, we got to go get some glassware and maybe a chip or two.
Oh, we could do that too. That's right. It's National Margarita Day. Lucky, we had a margarita at the beginning of the show. Did you have a margarita? If you didn't, you need to make one.
You should have had one of these.
We're going to go grab a beer that we will talk about for podcasting stuff, and we will be right back. That was the Lo-Fi Doobie Brothers with Cottage Grove as opposed to China Grove. That was Cottage Grove.
Cottage Grove.
On Stream Beats with Harris Heller.
Whoa, Cottage Grove.
K-Y-O-T. The Coyote. No, it's none of those things, but we have returned. I am very excited actually to have a tasty beverage. It seems like we have not had as many full power beers lately.
Full power beers?
Full power beers lately.
Not often danger power beers.
I have been enjoying the, what about KY jelly?
Oh, tea. Oh yeah. KY. Kentucky?
Kentucky? That's later.
That's later.
Well, it'll be Tennessee,
then-
though.
Yeah, that's true.
Be doing some Tennessee sipping whiskey in a little bit. If you guys want to know what we're going to be having this fine evening, we've already had a margarita. We've had the matcha green tea. Right now, we're going to have a Moonraker Brewing Foam Walker Imperial Nitro Stout purchased by this man right here. Not 6 months
I purchased
ago.
that, yes.
Not 6 months ago.
Less than that.
Oh, okay.
I just realized I missed a great opportunity
Okay.
to bring over a Jack Daniel's product for us to have had just before we had this.
Jack and Coke made already together?
No, I have that from when Pocket and I went to the Jack Daniel's distillery in the year 2000.
Oh, do you still have that Gentleman Jack?
It's not a Gentleman Jack, but it's like their bicentennial thing.
Oh.
And
Have you ever opened it?
It's open.
Oh.
And the cork is partially gone.
How have we never tried that on a podcast?
No, we should though, just for the heck of it, because the guy I remember even
Next week on the show.
even at the time, the guy said, "This is not our best whiskey. Drink this and put something good in it, or put something better in it."
Oh, because the
At that-
bottle is really cool.
Yeah, because it's a cool bottle. It's a bicentennial bottle.
Oh,
I think
okay.
at that time we bought 2 bottles. We got one. I think I gave the one to Dad.
Oh.
And that was when we used to get those. We used to get calendars from them every year, and like a little letter saying we owned a piece of property there. And
Oh, sure.
the Johnsons were out walking on your property the other day, just making sure everything's
took a
okay.
shit.
Yeah, and he took a
You
shit.
can't just buy and sell
He-
people, Mr. Potter.
He fertilized the soil for you.
Oh, God.
But then we used to get a calendar from them too. That's been a long time. But
Oh, God. It wasn't like the
but-
many looks of Gentleman Jack, was it?
no, yeah, it was a pinup calendar.
God, Jesus Christ.
There's
Him holding the Jack Daniels bottle right in the right
there.
spots.
And perfect. But I have, so I look at that all the time and I think, I wonder what that tastes like. So
We're going to find out next
missed
week.
an opportunity. That'll be our opener.
Okay,
Yeah.
opener next week. We're going to try what that is. Those premix cans are not good. That's kind of what I've heard, that they're like okay, but like not great. Welcome back. Thank you, lady. Thank you for welcoming us back. Thank you to everybody hanging out here. We appreciate you all so much that you come in and hang out here on a Thursday as we do some podcasting stuff, try some things. A lot of these things are sometimes things that you have suggested. If you guys ever have suggestions for stuff we should try, either let me know during the week, join the Discord, all the options. If you have hobbies that you want to tell us about,
spores, molds, and fungus.
right there. Like I said, we just did a plant. It was not a spore, mold, or fungus, but it was a tea leaf.
That's right.
So that was what we started out with, thanks to Secret. But yeah, if there's something you guys ever think we should try, like I said, again, within reason, some stuff is silly. We don't mind if it's silly. Like sometimes we do that too.
Pilk.
But if there's something you're really enjoying, Pilk, Mountain Dilk, all that stuff. If there's something you're really enjoying though, we want to try it. And if we can find it, like I said, we will definitely look out for it. So yeah, either hit us up in Discord, Twitter, any of the social media things. Like I said, let me know about it. Anything. DMs are always open, as the kids say these days. So yeah, like I said, we always appreciate that. It does seem though like it has been a little bit since we have had like a full on like full level beer. Nothing against Athletic Brewing, which we've been enjoying some of those non-alcoholic,
Correct.
The hazy IPAs and the what's the one we've actually liked the best. We should probably mention that one again.
The of the Athletics.
Yeah, the
The
Athletic.
Run Wild
The
IPA.
Run Wild IPA has always been good. But Moonraker has been one of our favorite breweries for some time
They
now.
want to drink Merlot.
Some
We're drinking
time now.
Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Second time I interrupted a train of thought. This one I don't feel awful for. Secret, you don't have to feel awful for that one. You don't have to feel awful for it. Baker should feel awful though, because I was absolutely setting up a podcast.
I could tell that. I thought, we're doing it.
I had it right there. It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. I don't even know if we'd probably do the Jack Daniels one anyway. I want to have a tasty beer.
I think we should have a tasty beer, and let's have a tasty beer from a brewery that we've only had IPAs from them.
Okay, but what else would we have if we've only had IPAs from them?
What else? That's all we've had.
Okay, I know, but what else? What would we want from them?
Maybe a stout.
What if it was on nitro?
Even better. And what if it had higher alcohol?
Okay, so like an
Okay.
imperial something.
Yes.
Kind of more in a coffee mood.
What if we could put all of that together?
That's what we've got for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Moonraker Foam Walker Imperial Coffee Nitro Stout with sea salt.
I forgot about the sea salt part.
Harken
Deal
back to
breaker. Don't want it now. No, I'm just kidding.
And harken back to a conversation we were having earlier on our live show.
That is very true,
we were
which you guys should be
discussing,
watching most Thursday evenings on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages. I have been, this has been kind of in the fridge. It's almost made it to several podcasts for a while now.
It almost made it into my glass a few times before I brought it over here.
I appreciate that you were able to abstain. Very excited. Let's crack open this Moonraker Foam Walker, which I think is a hilarious name.
Yeah.
Imperial. Just barely.
Yeah.
Just moves. It's 8%.
It qualifies technically.
Technically, it does
Yes.
qualify. Let me get it out of the fridge and let's give it a try. You got a single barrel
I feel like I'm
proof
blurry
rye
again. Am I blurry?
Well, now you are.
I've got the
Oh.
veil. Oh, there. That's better.
Yeah. I did finally got it secret. It was a couple weeks ago. We talked about it. I was able to do one of my wait in line and hopefully get something allocated at a regular MSRP price. And we almost missed it because it was kind of like hidden on the table. And no one else was actually like getting it. I don't think they knew it was there or knew what they had. I hope it lives up to my memory. So we're going to try it. And like I said, that'll be the next podcast. But we will see. We will
Hi,
definitely
Paco.
see.
Yes, the Kung Fu Palm.
The Kung Fu Palm. Ha! Paco, how's it going? It's wonderful to see you. MSRP, that is rough. Yeah, sarcasm. Yes, no, I was very glad to get it at MSRP.
As opposed to second market.
As opposed to $150 to $200.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what you thought the R stood for and MSRP was rough.
Rough.
Manufacturer suggested
standard
rough price.
rough price.
It's roughly.
So is this one we have to pour with vigor, but I don't know if we
Do we?
That's what it says.
Oh, it does say
it's
to
a
pour with
nitro.
vigor. Oh, okay.
But I don't know if we can pour with vigor and yeah. In 2 glasses.
Two glass.
We'll just
hold the
enjoy
glasses like this.
Yeah.
And I'll try and pour right in the middle.
Oh wow.
No.
And that's the day they lost all of their
Yeah.
equipment.
That'd be like in the movies where all of a sudden like a spark comes up from our mixing board and everything else. But yeah, thank you for everybody hanging out. We already said 8%, right? We talked about that.
We talked about
everything
barely.
else.
Yep.
Moonraker, another one of those breweries. Good website. Not a perfect website.
Okay.
I wish they had beers, and maybe I didn't find it. Moonraker, if you watch this video, let us know like where I could have found it. I wish they had beers like this. Like, hey, we made this, and we're not making it currently right now.
Oh.
Nowhere to be found on the website.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could find just a little data, a little information.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can find some of that stuff on the link we have there to Untapped. A lot of places wind up doing that, but unfortunately, they do not. Like I said, that is probably one of my things with sometimes breweries. It's like I'd like to at least have a catalog of things that were.
We did this, like Drecker is one of our favorite breweries, and we've had their sours, we've had their IPAs. We hadn't had a stout from them until last year. I can't remember which one that was, but it was Drecker. And
Oh,
then there was
right.
something-
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
another brewery, but there are these breweries that we know we like the style of beers that we've had from them, but we think, what else do they do? And do
for
they
me,
do it
it's
as
all,
well?
Yeah, and for me, it's always like, do they do a stout? Like I said, especially
Yep.
Moonraker, their IPAs are fantastic. Some of my favorites that I have had, but yeah, this is one that I've been very excited about when you said you found a stout, and I was like, all right, it's coffee, which we obviously love. They also look like they actually roast their own coffee now, which is kind of neat, which
cool.
I did not know about. So if anybody else has had that out here, definitely leave a comment below, or if we should order some, maybe we could do that on a future podcast. That would be kind of fun. We haven't done as much coffee lately. We should try some other coffee places. That should be another thing for 2024, I feel.
Sounds good. Mixed drinks and coffee.
Mixed drinks and coffee.
That's all we're about.
Which actually ties together because people have been wanting us to do an espresso martini. I've had multiple requests for that.
So one of the
I don't want a Trader Joe's espresso martini. We're going to make one.
We
Okay.
don't.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
but there's a recipe that actually Ben's friend who I work with at the store.
Oh, okay.
He used to be a bartender.
Oh,
Still is
sure.
sometimes at Giuseppe's, and he did a little recipe card with an espresso martini recipe.
Oh, nice.
But the martini has vodka.
That's usually what you see in
Probably
those.
with that. Okay, so
I usually see a coffee
good.
liqueur, vodka, espresso, and like maybe a simple syrup in there too, or something like that, or like.
Well, I could snap a little picture of his recipe and,
Sure.
and see if we want to try
No,
that
we
one.
should make a classic. It is what it is.
All right.
All right. But how about the aroma of this one, though?
Let's find out.
Okay. True, I was offered it at a discount price, but it would have been 30 to 40 shipping costs, which would have put it 25 above MSRP. But yeah, that's not great then. I've seen the Jack Daniels one. Like I said, it seems like the average MSRP is right around 70. I've seen it as low as like 60 or 65. Bevy is thinking vodka. Ew.
A gin probably wouldn't work with that flavor
think so.
profile
Yeah.
unless it was a super neutral gin. And if it's an extremely neutral gin, you might as well just use a vodka.
Yeah. So the only thing that's kind of interesting is that there are some coffee tequila crossover things, which I don't know if that would work in that drink per se. Like I'd probably want to have a classic version of it, try it, and then see if we would want to,
Do you guys
twist
have a
anything
vodka
into-
in the bar?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not-
Vodka, we've got vodka. We would need some sort of Kahlua or probably, because I'm pretty sure that's in it, or some sort of coffee liqueur.
You can do it with Kahlua, or he said there's like two options, but one of them is, the Kahlua.
Just
option.
use Everclear. It's universal. That's true. It is very universal. You're not wrong. Offers it at about 55 with 40 for protective shipping and tax. That is definitely too much. Yeah, the 55 itself, if you were actually picking up, that's about 15 to 20 under for sure. That'd be hard to find. I think the cheapest I saw, but it was out of stock online, was basically at MSRP or even a little higher, but they were out. And then, like I said, people that had it in stock, it was basically, like I said, what we're going to have is 150 to 200, which is crazy. Like it's not that much that's worth that. Like it has to be, from a shot to starting your car. Yeah, we joked about that earlier because the Jack Daniels we're having later is a single barrel proof rye, and it's 132 proof, 131.7 or whatever. And the ranges for it, like I said, depending on the year, because they've been doing this annually now for the last like 3 years, maybe a little longer or whatever, has ranged up to 140. And Keith like literally made the same joke, like, just pour this in your tank to get it going. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward and delicious.
Yeah. Moonraker obviously knows what they're doing on all levels. Like I said, it's almost kind of like an Oreo cookie. There's like a little chocolate, little vanilla, maybe like little, and then obviously the coffee is kind of playing in there a little bit.
Yep.
The coffee's pretty muted to me, at least, as it's there, but I got to kind of look for it a little bit. But yeah, chocolate, vanilla, smells good,
Coffee.
smells rich.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit of coffee. Yeah, no, that is a very promising start. The taste?
Absolutely.
$55 is phenomenal, but I would have had to travel 4 hours to pick it up. Yeah, that probably outweighs the gas cost there. Looks so rich. That's usually what you're kind of hoping for with the nitro and the imperial and obviously the stout and everything else, that it's kind of rich and creamy at the same time. First ever barrel proof, I could have used it to thin out my diesel for my truck. Yeah. Some of them get up there. Like I said, it's funny to me. Like I've become at this point with the amount of different whiskeys and bourbons and scotches and everything I've had. When I see when people say not single barrel, but when people say barrel proof or barrel strength or whatever, and if it's like under 120, I'm always like, what shitty barrel was that? Again, it's not that it makes it bad at all, but you're just like shocked. You're like, wait, how is this like I have a Weller that I have not opened yet, but it's a Weller and it's their barrel proof. That's the one that's hard to find. And I think it's like 114. And it's like, man, what is this 114 business?
Oh.
I think JD's first ever barrel proof is 143-ish. I can't remember. They honestly say on your website, you can definitely check out the link that we have there. I think because if the link that we have provided there, they have the correct graphic on the main page when you click to it, because now they call it their annual release for their single barrel. And they have the correct graphic for that. But when you click on it to learn more, the page it goes to, that's when it goes back to the picture of like the very first time I ever had that was over at my friend's house, HJ, if they're in chat. And I don't know if he finished it or he still has a little bit of that, but that's the one he has is that 2020 release. And I think that one might be 137, but I can't recall exactly how far it went there. Just the way I like my women, barrel proof. There we go. I like it. I like it, Frosty. Good to see you.
So rich.
So, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that was it.
Ah, that's what it is. I thought he had barrel proof. God. Shaped like a barrel. Consider driving 6 hours for 3 Floyds for beer. You love that beer, Lucky. I'm surprised you actually have not done that at some point. Surprised you have not done that. $137. Yeah, that was, like I said, at least that very first one. And now they say the range is, I think, 125 to 140. I think they cover that 140, like you said, is what they do now. This one being 132, basically. And after every sip, she'd go, it drove me nuts. Zombie Dust and Gumball Head. Yeah, those are the two you've always talked. Because didn't you buy like a case of each of those when you were driving through there? Was that when you visited Prone? Is that how you got some of that? Well, now we know what to get him for his corniversary. Oh my gosh, Lucky! If you sent Lucky even a bottle of that, he'd be pretty stoked. I think they try to do at least 125 and won't go higher than 145. Yeah, there is like a point where then I think, it gets into some other areas of like that they'd have to call it something else. Oh, clan meetups. That's what it was. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely ready. That's delicious.
That is really delicious. It is.
That was worth waiting for.
Yeah, that is smooth and creamy.
Very chocolatey. I'd actually get the salt.
Yeah, no, that comes
a little
through.
bit of something just brightening everything up. The body's great.
Yeah.
I get more chocolate than coffee. And I know doesn't say anything about chocolate on there, but that's what I get from that. But man, is that good. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely chocolate, little vanilla. Yeah, the coffee's kind of at the very end of that, but just remarkably balanced, wonderful body, so just super good, creamy, delicious. Yeah, that drink it in, it goes down smooth.
Yeah, I should have. I wish I would have put more of that. There were several times before I brought it over to your house that I went into the fridge. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have this, and I was like, this will make a good podcast. This would be a good one to podcast with, I bet. And so anyway, I put it back in there, and then even a couple of times, I think you looked at it in the last couple of weeks.
I have, honestly, like I said, because I've gone into because you had brought it over and then it kept getting kind of bumped a little bit.
Yep.
It was kind of like the Matt Damon on Jimmy Kimmel where he keeps getting jokingly bumped like every week. This one actually was getting bumped for just who knows what reasons. But yeah, a couple times I went in the fridge and I was like, oh wait, that's the one for the podcast. Like I kept having to like push it aside, and then finally I moved it into here because I didn't want it to keep being out there. And then it was like, can we do this week?
Your son would come home and go, oh man, that foam water, it was delicious.
Yeah, he's like, no.
You're gonna have to talk to your Uncle Keith about that.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to apologize for that one. But man, that is very
quite
very
good.
Delicious. Yeah, for sure. And what we definitely don't have to apologize for is our website, AboutBeverages.com, or our YouTube channel. Both of those things are where you can find the latest videos when it comes to anything at About Beverages, our reviews, our full-length podcasts, which this full show, if you miss it at all, it goes up there as well in archive format. So if you want to check that out or listen to it on the go, you are more than welcome to hit the subscribe button there. We would greatly appreciate it. If you only want audio, Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, solid options. If there's a favorite podcasting app that you like using, maybe just search for About Beverages. Hopefully we'll probably be there. If we're not, we'll try and work on getting it there. Let us know what that one is. And when some searches happen, usually some other things also kind of filter into there, right?
Those social media things?
Social media things. The full table we have now.
The 4 pillars.
The four pillars,
legs
the
of the table. Yes, which for us are Threads, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Still saying that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know some people say other things.
No.
So we're going to say Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings, somewhere around 4:30 our time. 3:30 Pacific.
No one cares about Mountain Time.
Yeah, all those different times. 6:30 if you're on the East Coast.
There you
at
go.
least for now. Base it off of that. But that's when we get together and we have some fun conversation, catch up on the week, have some beverages, and hang out with you guys. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverages he will be having at his side and in his hand as he is doing those things. So for all the latest at About Beverages, please follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should give it Nitro Imperial Salt
laden coffee shot.
shot.
And that is a podcast. Helldiver's CEO announced a little bit ago that server caps have been increased and AFK timers have been added. I saw the AFK timer thing from their latest patch, and I saw a few other things. So maybe I'll finally actually be able to get into the game, Lucky. I'm very excited. I try twice a day to get in. And if I can't get in for like 20 minutes, then I say, all right, we'll try again tomorrow. Local grocery store consistently has 3 Floyd selections from Zombie Dust on. Oh, that's nice, Frosty. Was able to sign in immediately after work earlier. I was surprised. Yes. Yeah, that seems to be definitely the surprise for a lot of people. We're old school. It will still always be called Twitter. Agreed. Just like we will never call Facebook Meta. Yeah, no one's ever calling Facebook Meta. Come teach bugs to vote. Yes, I need to start spreading some democracy for a little bit and give that game a fair shot. For sure. I would like to do that. I legitimately tried. Like last night, didn't have a lot going on, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. And it was like, game was like, no, you're queued to log in. I was like,
How'd the subathon thing go?
Went very well. Very well. Little did you know that one of the things was that you have to do 3 flex. No, I'm just kidding.
You have to do what?
You have to do 3 flexes.
Oh,
That was one of the sub goals.
oh no.
That'll be for next month. We'll have to come up with something that involves Keith. That like if we hit a goal, then Keith will have to
Why me?
do some sort of flex. Why not you? You have to get a
I'll say it
Chicago
again.
Cubs World Series tattoo.
I've done that.
No, you're not supposed to tell him you've already done it. God damn
You
it.
guys have to do that.
God damn it, you're not supposed to tell him.
Maybe you and
Is that why Cody
Arabella
Bellinger
can do it.
hasn't been?
That's why.
It could be.
Yeah, I've got mine.
Not good enough. He's live tonight and didn't retire. The workaround the queue issue is to join on a friend through Steam. Just watch out for Lucky the people demand. Oh, I have seen that, Pac. I saw people talking about that. I also saw that apparently if you were in the game, and this probably might not work anymore, but it was if you were in the game and you put your PlayStation 5 into rest mode, and then when you, even if it was a whole day later, then when you like turned your PlayStation 5 back on, it would automatically like queue you in. Having, for instance, advice to the other you got in immediately. Yes, I have heard that works. That works as well.
What was the can? Usually it's not as big of a deal with stouts. This is just awfully darn good.
It says tasty treat on the bottom.
Tasty treat?
Tasty treat.
Okay, that's true. Oh, they're right. Sweet can.
November 9th.
Okay. Yeah, I probably bought this sometime in November or December, I'm guessing. But yeah, I wasn't too worried about it not, being good because of aging.
No, 100%. That worked better than joining. Yeah, I haven't even. I've the day after Lucky was kind enough to gift me that, I logged in, put all my settings, made it like 3/4 of the way through the training mode and left, and since then have not been able to log into the game. People were just leaving their PlayStation on rest mode like normal, and it was holding. Yeah, exactly. Yep, it was holding people in the game. It would like literally like re-queue them back in. So that was like the trick then for a while for people if you were on PlayStation 5. Thank God it's not me having to do stuff. Secret, little do you know, next month actually is you having to do something. Is you having to do something. Yeah, that is delicious. Moonraker does it again.
They do, for sure.
We were looking actually at their website earlier. What was it? That they were going to have a barrel aged tasting.
Oh, yeah,
at their
barrel aged
local
stout.
Barrel aged stout tasting.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that'd be great.
Maybe we should target next year going to the Pliny the Elder. Pliny the Younger.
How did that come up? Oh, it was Crocodile. Crocodile, are you still here in chat? You were talking about that, but I think it was... When is this? You were talking about going and having that, but that was like right when Crocodile, like, because he's in the San Francisco area, like he like, I don't know if you go every year or whatever, or there's someone that like basically winds up getting a keg at like one of the like local bars or something that and you normally go there and get one, but then you were like, he had COVID like he was feeling pretty good, but he still kept testing positive for COVID. So he was one of the good ones that actually just stayed home, that kept staying home because he was testing positive.
It used to be early February, but now it's moved. Unless they moved it back.
They moved it back because it was literally, I think it was last week he talked about it and he's like, oh, it's Pliny the Younger week. I was like, son of a bitch. And I was like, that is definitely something. We should do that.
We should get Brian to drive in his RV. Stay in his RV. Wouldn't even need a hotel.
Oh, that's even better.
Work on that.
I mean, you could drive there in a day, especially with several guys. Just like,
yeah.
I mean, it's like a 13 or 14 hour drive.
Yeah.
Like the people that, so we don't like ruin his RV, like we could drive the early legs, and then when you get into San Francisco and it's scary and stuff, that's when Brian could drive.
Oh yeah, I'm not even driving any of those legs.
If you're just driving straight down the freeway, I'm fine with that. I can do that.
You got to get on the freeway.
Yeah,
I guess. Okay,
is it towing in his truck? How does it work? I'm not familiar with his RV.
He does tow it. Yes. Oh yeah, so he pulls it in his truck. Yeah,
so you're just driving a truck.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's true.
I mean, it's a little scary if you have to like make lane changes and stuff. But again, you're not driving nearly as fast. Like there's a lot of things where you're just like, whatever. And you're just kind of going.
Okay, we're going to start working on that.
Should be time to spread democracy. Hopefully that a Q or short way. I hope so, Frosty. Good luck. Just logged in immediately during the busiest time. No, I don't believe you. I'll believe a lot of things, Frosty, but I don't believe you got into that video game. Well, then check Steam. Okay. Then I believe you then, because you have proof. No, we keep talking about it. We need to start making good on some of these things. Like, oh, we should do that. Yep. Would Brian actually be interested in that?
Maybe.
How many days would we go? Would you leave on like a Thursday, go crazy, drive all the way out? Or I guess you'd have to figure out when the actual release is.
Yeah, when they're doing the release.
Yeah.
You'd have to
Crocodile, where are you? We need you. You have all this info.
Yeah. Well, we'll begin planning as Crocodile pops in and out. So
okay, I'll ask him tomorrow if he can come back till then. That's
good.
Really good, actually. I've kind of like this. I know this is going to sound a little bit weird. Like as it's kind of like warmed up slightly, I'm getting even more flavors.
More flavor.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying that like last little bit there.
Yep.
Is like I said, even more delicious than the first sips.
This is going to be a good precursor to the main event. Although
I hope so. Fingers crossed, main event. Like it's always like you haven't had it, but I've built it up in your mind a little bit because I've talked about it.
I'll temper.
You want to temper it a little? Okay, yeah. Temper it a little bit.
I'll temper it.
Like I said,
kind of like with this, I was like, well, I figured it'd
be good. I didn't know if it'd be really good,
but it's
very good.
That creamy nitro magic just does it. So that's good.
That's that old song. Oh, okay.
Creamy nitro magic.
It's witchcraft. That creamy nitro magic that you so well.
Oh,
wicked witchcraft. Even though
it's
strictly taboo.
Okay. Yeah. Not creamy nitro magic.
No, I was not, but that's good too. I like that one as well. Sing it. I always like that. Strictly taboo.
Oh, that's a good song. Yeah.
It's witchcraft. Barrel proof is usually worth it.
I'm
JD
looking forward to it.
I know. Again, so this is what I'm talking about. We've talked about this before. You refer to it as Arthur syndrome. It's basically when you have gotten so excited about something, it's like, oh my God, everyone says this is amazing. I myself, in my mind, to me, that 2020 version that I had was the first time because Jack Daniels, like everyone's always kind of like, old number 7, whatever. But they've been putting out some better products, some higher things. They have a 10-year now. They have some other things. And that became one of the ones where it was like, oh, this is good. And I tried it, and I just remember, like I said, both myself and like I said, my friend having, they were like, oh my God, this might be one of the best I've ever had, or at least one of the best ryes, like smooth, creamy. I can't believe that it's this proof. Like all these. So I'm just saying, I just want people to like I said. So this is what's in my head as we finally find a bottle of it at regular price. Been trying to track it down for years, and I'm able to get one. So then it's like, oh my God, the 2020 had become. Yeah, it's a benchmark. I haven't really had anything besides that one since then. I'd only had that one time, so it was like, oh my God. So then finally finding it. So this is what I'm talking about. Like I said, so it's one of those ones like maybe I'll be like, this is really good. I think the other one was better. Like, you're probably going to hear me hem and haw, like that kind of stuff. I have not had it. I opened it earlier today. I wanted to make sure that it got a little bit of time to kind of breathe.
We had to tackle your wife before she poured some.
She almost was going to pour some because my wife loves rye whiskeys, loves bourbons, like I said, all that kind of stuff, but loves the rye whiskeys.
But I think I've learned enough over the years to at least maybe still have those higher hopes, but to temper expectations. Kind of like when you sent me the Billy Joel link to his new song.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
you had high hopes for that when I sent it?
Well, no,
I guess because I told you that it was good.
No, you said, have you heard it? You were fairly
okay.
neutral,
I just said, have you heard it? And I sent it to you.
And
okay.
then I had, but I wanted, because I like Billy Joel, but I was like,
yeah,
but I don't know, because. And I was very, very happy with it.
It was good.
It's good. It's a good song.
I think he now has like a more official video, but I like the one I sent you because it had the words and stuff. And it was just kind of like abstract or whatever.
Well, I have my free Spotify thing right now. So
have you decided? Are you going to do
I might
that?
eventually, I might do it. Yeah.
What is it?
$11 a month.
Oh, okay. Do you listen to it enough?
I think I would, at least to start out, and then if I find I don't, then I'll. It's not like you're just doing it month to month. You can cancel
fair.
whenever you want. So
no, that's true.
I think there's room for both.
What's the family plan? Like 17, 16?
Yeah, but you have to be under one roof.
Have you tried it without it though?
No, I haven't, because
well, if you only have to do it month to month, you should do it for 1 month and then see if it actually works. So you can share it.
See if it works. Yeah. So that's what I might possibly do that then when. So maybe I'll wait. I don't know. We were talking about that, but I don't know. How
it's nice not having the
track of
commercials,
that.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's very nice, and you can listen to exactly what you want to listen to. Sometimes they'll only play you certain stuff if you're.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. As someone who's had all the years until this one, it's been worth it. It's good to hear. Like, I have not heard anyone say anything negative. I brought up a couple of reviews today.
Building it up too.
I know, it's fine though. Like,
it's all right.
You
it's
should
good.
though.
No, it's good. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be. It's the main event for the evening.
No need to skip since you can just pick. Oh, okay, that's a good point. Have you? Would you actually be someone that would start making like a playlist and like a giant list of things? Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
You can share that stuff and So, look at that.
So for people that are not familiar, the single barrel rye, a little bit different. It's a 70% rye, 18% corn, 12% malted barley. A lot of times,
that's only 100%. Oh wait, that's good.
That's the correct number that you might eventually hit there. A lot of times with the rye, usually you see like the 95.5, which is like the MGP one where it's 95% rye, like I said, or something like even a higher rye. So this one's scaled down a little bit. So this one should be on the sweeter side from my recollection.
Well, let's put an end to all this.
Should we actually just go get it? Should we take a break, go get it?
Do it. Yeah.
Okay. I am a whiskey snob, so I'm a bit biased. That's you a whiskey snob, though, Secret? I've heard some of the things you drink. I don't know if you're quite as snobby as you think you are. Oh my God, he threw it right there. Did you? Oh my God, the cinnamon whiskey. So much cinnamon whiskey. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Let's go switch out some glasses. And yes, let's have the main event. We'll be right back. We have returned. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Greatly appreciated all the support, everybody being here this evening. Don't usually drink Fireball. Cinnamon is a tough one for me because of getting sick on cinnamon schnapps. Ooh. You drink more whiskey than most other liquors, though. I'm just a snob. No whiskey about it. Frosty. It's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Yeah, cinnamon in general, like I said, again, making a half... Like, I think some of those flavored whiskey things can have their place, but it's usually like you're making like a fun cocktail. Like, I'm not like...
Yeah.
Oh, I love sipping on some...
Pour me a glass of...
Fireball or something.
Fireball.
Like, yeah,
Unless you're Pitbull.
Is he?
There's a song.
Is he actually called Fireball?
It's called Fireball.
I have not heard that.
That's why I'm doing it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Harris Heller has a...
Does he have a
version of it?
The badonka-donk? Back it up like a Tonka truck? Definitely didn't spend $400 on bison, elk, and Alaskan cod and salmon. You did, though, Frosty, because you talked about that yesterday, and that sounded amazing.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. We'll have that.
Yeah, you will have that.
What's your soup du jour?
Soup of the day.
That sounds good. I have that.
I had some of the, like, they had a couple different types of smoke. I don't know. Are you familiar with, like, with smoke stand? There's like cold and hot smoked.
I am familiar with those terms. I'm not familiar with what the difference is or why that's done.
It's
but
still,
yes.
there's still like heat involved, but it's like how much temperature so that like one is actually kind of cooking it where the other one I think isn't. Again,
Yeah.
Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I tried those from the place where Frosty had ordered a bunch of that stuff from that North Star Bison, and they were both excellent. I don't know if I could really tell the difference between the two of them, but they were both excellent. I love smoked salmon, like
Oh yeah.
cream
I
cheese
love
on a bagel
salmon,
or something.
smoked salmon. Yeah.
Like salmon, however I can get it.
Just give me salmon.
Just give me salmon. That's actually your new motto.
Give me liberty or give me salmon. Or give me both.
That's little known George Washington quotes.
Yeah.
Or no, that was Nathan Hale.
Nathan Hale, yeah. Or give me both.
No, wait, wasn't Nathan Hale? I regret that I have but one life to give for my country.
Was that it? Who was give me liberty or give me death?
Who said that? I think Metallica said that.
Maybe it was both of them.
Maybe it was. The partial short rib and partial brisket mix will make good. But yeah, you were talking about the burger stuff. That was good. Let's see. Nathan Hale. We're going to look this up and then we'll get right to the podcast because I can't wait any longer. Was that his famous quote? What's his quote? American Revolutionary War. Death and purported last words. On the morning of his execution.
Oh, okay.
My station was making a surface. I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country.
Okay.
I can't believe I actually remember
Who says
that.
give
from
me
like
liberty or give me...
Who said that? Give me liberty or give me death.
Patrick Henry. There we go. Okay.
Oh, this stuff is intense.
Okay.
A touch of fudge. Oh, that's O. Henry.
Oh, Henry.
That's the candy bar.
Yeah. Gotta run, ever great.
Got to run. Have a great rest of your evening, Planty.
Thank you, Planty.
You have a wonderful evening
Be
as
careful
well.
as you're running.
Be safe as you're running.
Don't trip over anything.
Oh, man. Who said give me liberty or give me death, and what does it mean? Patrick Henry, this stuff is intense. Who was that? That was Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
it?
so, yeah.
Rest in peace?
Yeah.
Isn't he passed away?
Yeah.
Also the voice of the parrot in Aladdin?
Yeah. It was like out 92, 93, I think.
Mr. Ali, Ali, Ali.
I can show you the world.
Now Paco's very excited because we just harmonized. Paco's like, when is the karaoke happening? Maybe that'll be one of the things for next time. We'll karaoke it again.
Splendor.
Planty is probably going to spread freedom. That is quite the euphemism right there.
Hold on to my freedom.
Planty, what are you spreading? Freedom again, I swear. You can comment with a friend code at some point. Wouldn't that be nice if Planty actually wanted to play video games with us? It's kind of shocking. Oh man, make it happen. All right, well maybe like I said, that might be something for March. Then we'll work something out with Keith. We'll make sure he's part of the subathon the next time.
A new fantastic point of view.
Kermit the Frog singing.
Kermit the Frog here. No one to
Patrick.
tell.
No, it's actually
Patrick,
I'm sorry, it's Buzzcaggs.
No one to tell us no.
That is a little
where
Boz
to
Skaggs.
go. Oh.
We need your tour merch. Oh my God, we should make a tour shirt with that. Oh my God, that would be the ultimate combo. Beverage
Of our
Brother
greatest
karaoke. We'd have to come up on the back like
Yeah.
the songs that we jokingly sing. Paco, I love this idea. Don't let me forget it. I am totally we're gonna do that. We've got to do that. And you'll get one for free.
Yeah,
You came up with the idea.
15-year anniversary tour. 2024 15-year anniversary tour. There we go.
Their greatest hits. It could either be a list of our highest ranked YouTube videos where it's like sparkling waters and like all that kind of stuff, or it could be like our joking songs. Oh man,
That's actually a great idea. Okay.
Patrick Mahomes here. I just won the Super Bowl. I threw to Travis Kelce.
oh man.
If only you would have, I would have won a little more money.
Oh, did you? Did
Well,
you win
he-
some though?
I won some, but not much. Not as much as I was hoping for.
I won nothing.
There was a new free, the Bet 365. I got their 150 bet credit dollars. So I wound up with 120 or something from that actual money that I cashed out.
Keith is part of like 900 betting sites just
Of
to
course,
get their free.
just to
little
get the
drop.
free money.
That's so funny.
Free
What's the
money.
buzz on this week's offering so far? Oh my God.
Oh, the buzz.
We did
Good
a
buzz.
impromptu margarita that was absolutely delicious. We kind of did a little twist on the margarita, as they say. We did a matcha green tea, which if you like green tea, it would be up your alley. And then we did a Moonraker Brewing Stout that was absolutely
Foam
fantastic.
Walker, Nitro, Imperial,
Yep.
coffee, salt, lactic acid, Stout.
And then now we're going to have the final beverage of the evening, which is some Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye whiskey. So that is the biggest featured
I had
beverage
to
of the
write
evening.
that down so I could read.
Single barrel proof rye whiskey.
Need proof?
That was 131.7 ABV. Are you ready for this?
Y'all ready for this? I am ready for this.
Are you ready for this?
Wow.
No. No one's ready for that. No one wants that, unfortunately.
Go blue.
It just went blue. We went Johnny Walker blue. 131 is it's a strong number. It is a strong number. It is country strong and city poor.
That's right.
I don't know what that was from.
One of our podcasts.
I know it's from.
Oh.
I know it's from a podcast. I don't know what we were talking about. We're blue. Da, da, dee, da, da.
Oh, that's.
I can show you. Oh, wait.
Aladdin was blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's always working blue. I think a name we have never actually possibly uttered on one of our podcasts is Jack Daniels.
We may have uttered it, but I don't think we've ever focused.
Not in a positive light.
Featured the Jack Daniels.
That's true. Never actually featured one for sure. Until in the year of 2020, year of our Lord 2020. At some point, I had a rye whiskey from them that was a single barrel proof. Was probably one of the best things, at least in my memory as of this moment, one of the best things I have ever had, or is definitely ranked right up there specifically with ryes. Have been trying to track down another bottle at some point, and spoiler alert, we found one.
He got one.
Got one. So I'm going to open up one of my personal unicorns for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are About Beverages. And the beverage that we're about today, the personal unicorn of Andrew's, is the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, which is now an annual. It was a limited release, or it was a one time. Now it's an annual release.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The link we've got down below, like they need to update their website just slightly. Initially it was kind of like a just like one-time release. Now it has become more of a seasonal offering. Obviously they know that people are excited for it, have enjoyed it
devoted fans.
at some point. Like I said, so hopefully this one holds up to my memory. As I said earlier, hopefully the past can match the present, at least where I want it to be. 131.7 proof, single barrel proof rye.
They range from 125 to 140.
Yeah.
So we've got a 131.7.
131.7. I was actually able to find this at MSRP, which is also the big reason I am holding one of these bottles in my hand. It definitely can range up there quite a bit if you don't find it for that. If you find it in the secondary market, it was during one of the events where we wait for allocated bottles, and you hope that you got in line just early enough, but not so early that you wasted like whole days of your life standing in line, but also not late enough that you can still get stuff. And yeah, unicorn was found.
And MSRP, wait, this was, the MSRP was it 50 or 60?
MSRP for this?
Yeah.
60 to 70.
60 to 70.
I got this for 72.
So what are you going to find this for on the secondary market?
Secondary market, you see it usually 150 and up.
Okay.
So
all right.
basically double.
Okay.
Is where this winds up hitting. I did open this earlier. I have not had anything out of it. So like I said, take that with a little bit of grain of salt. Sometimes, when on these higher proofs, we like to have them open for a little while, have them get a little air, like not actually we're like decanting them in any way.
No.
But you like to have them open. I've even had some people talk about pouring them in the glass. And depending on the year, the age statement, you let them sit for that many minutes in the glass to kind of open up a little bit. This does not have an age statement. It has to be aged for at least 4 years, from what I could find. This is their 70% rye, 18% corn, 12% malted barley. This is the mash that they use for this. So we're just going to pour and
it's been a long
chat
time since I've had anything Jack Daniels.
Yes.
And probably the only Jack Daniels. Maybe I've had something, but obviously the old number 7, the classic Jack and Coke Jack
Classic
Daniels.
Jack and Coke.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Which I actually asked for a Christmas present. Back
A bottle of Jack Daniels
these
and
many
a bottle
years
of
ago.
Coke.
Yeah. Well, the Coke I probably could handle purchasing on my own.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, so I'm very excited. Kind of like a reddish like tint to it, almost like reddish brown color to it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, the most important thing is like not the color. It is, since there's nothing,
it's in the right area. So.
Yeah, there's nothing floating in it. It's not. It's not so dark I can't see through it, and it's not so light that it doesn't look like it was aged.
Time to savor the aroma.
Let's hope so. Goodbye. Time to spread freedom with Planty. Frosty, have a wonderful evening. Single barrel proof standard is about 4. Yes, that was what I found was the 4 years. Some people said this one was 6 or 7, but I don't know if they were just guessing. Seen some for about 170, 190 in the past. Yeah, I found that online today. Like I said, the cheapest I found secondary was 150.
I can pour you a rye. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. I like to dream.
Oh, wait. I was still singing A Whole New World.
Oh, okay. And they were on a
Magic Carpet Ride. Ah, got it. Hey,
nailed it.
I see the title.
That was
there.
her Pocket.
Okay.
Pocket, I know I always like that song.
Yes, very much so. And then fell off the table.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I brought up a painful
No, that's
memory.
okay. No, it's not a painful memory.
She's like,
it's actually a good memory.
I hate that song.
'Cause she
And I
used
hate
to-
that you remembered something
She
about
would
me.
go, "Nah, nah, nah."
Yeah, exactly. I think it. So there are a couple songs whenever I hear that, I think of Pocket. Whenever I think of the ocean, I think of Pocket.
Oh,
Whenever
well,
that
of
comes on the
course.
I immediately think, like I said,
Huge.
I always crank it up. I'm like
You know what? And they
somewhere
both-
I feel Pocket can hear this.
If you sing them, you both go kind of a nah, 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 nah,
Well,
nah, nah, and then the ocean.
Yeah.
They
They
both have a connection.
Okay.
Okay.
The near
The connection.
Oh
Yes.
my God. If JD does the stuff true to code, they would do around 4 years. 6 to 8 is a bit too strong. Again, like I said, yeah, that was, like I said, I found one review that specifically says it has to be at least 4 years, but there is no age statement. And then I saw someone else that had done a review and they said they had been told 6 years. Again, it's the internet. That's why I kind of was like unspecific about it. But yeah, I would agree, Secret. When you mentioned the corn content of this featured beverage, I'm surprised Lucky didn't pop out. I know you would think so. You would think so. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing I would like to mention, and it's ever since I opened this bottle, 131 proof. I can take as deep a sniff of this as I absolutely want. It does not burn. There is no like insane like alcohol amount like that. And that's what I do remember originally from when I had this. I was like, oh my God, it's just sweet. It's like spice cake. It's caramel. It's all those kind of deep, rich notes. A little bit of, like I said, maybe a little bit of smoke in there too. But yeah, like I said, as much of a sniff as I want to take, I can take. Even with, like I said, again, I know it's been, but I opened this bottle up right away and took a sniff. I was like, oh my God, it's not like, somewhere it's just as overwhelming.
Yeah. There was a point where I thought, oh no, it's going to get me. And then it didn't. And then, so I was using your technique of, I think you like breathe in through your mouth when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah,
but you definitely get, there is some spiciness. There is a sweetness.
It's like cinnamon,
Little bit.
nutmeg, like maybe like there's some just nice like baking spices. Like I hear that thrown around a lot. Excellent nose. Like so it's just.
I want to say like almost like. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say.
Would you like to though? You gonna save it for later?
No,
save
I'm not going to say it.
You're gonna hold it back?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's right.
Okay. Should we go to the taste though, and then you can see if the taste match?
We've got to. We've been building this up all night.
I know. I almost don't want to taste it because
All right,
at least the aroma mildly matched what I remembered. Now we got to taste it. Doesn't burn like that one night in Tijuana. Agreed, Guardian Down. Agreed.
So that is a word. That city.
Tijuana?
I always thought there was another A in there before the J. Because I always heard people say Tijuana.
I think that's just how I said it too.
It is how you said it the first time, but not the second time.
Oh, didn't? Did I say I said Tijuana the second
The
time?
second time, it was almost like you
Did I
picked
adjust?
up on something.
Maybe I adjusted it.
But I was always like, wait a minute, there's no A in there after the I. It's not Tijuana, it's Tijuana. But for some reason, I always thought it sounded like
Because it's kind of like, do you wanna?
Do you want a Tijuana?
Do you really want it? It turns into Ricky Martin all of a sudden. Isn't that a Ricky Martin song?
Ole, ole, ole. Of course it is. Shake your bum, shake your bum.
Is that Shake Your Bum on?
No, it's a different song.
Oh, okay.
We're going into Ricky Martin's song. So.
I know,
I'm good with
apparently. Are you going to see him in Vegas in November?
We will not. Well, unless he's opening for Sting and Billy Joel.
I'm sure he'd be open for both of them.
Oh.
Hey-oh!
Oh, wow.
Nailed it. What the hell? I'm not Webster's.
No, he spelled it right.
Yeah, no, you spelled it correctly,
you did it
Guardian
right.
Down. Yeah, you spelled it correctly.
No, Guardian, you were correct.
Sushi, those 3 dots are accurate.
I am saying that I always thought it was Tijuana.
I'm saying it's
Tijuana.
Yeah. What is that?
There's a guy I work with, and his name is George, but he has a name tag on upside down, so I read it phonetically backwards. Igroig. So I've been calling him Igroig, and he's like, "Why am I talking like Borat when I do that?" Like, I don't know.
It sounds like
he said it's my European name, Igroig. He's like, sometimes Igroig. Anyway, it's kind of fun.
She's the oldest woman in all of Cusack. She is 61. Or like, isn't it something really low?
Yeah.
Is it even lower than that? I love her.
No, so Tijuana, you spelled it correctly. I was expressing my
Admira-
revelation I had. Where
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, there's not a third A in there.
Tijuana is your Aunt Juana.
That's right.
Tijuana is the city.
Yeah, that's true.
Sushi. You're
Tia.
correct.
Oh, and there could be Tio1. Wait, no.
There can only be one Tia. That's Highlander.
Saw the Frasier last night with Megan Mullally, where they go to the cabin.
Oh yeah, and they're trying to figure out the signals.
And which is great up until the end. I don't like the end because then Niles is talking to Maris, but
He's such an
but
idiot.
up through that is good. But
He's such an idiot.
He's
like I like his idea though, where he's like, we'll mix
Yeah,
up the
that's
bags.
great.
I was like, that's actually really smart.
No, that's good. It's after that. Damn these infernal riddles. Niles, you coming to bed?
Yeah, exactly.
You
Damn
coming
these
to bed?
infernal
Yeah.
riddles. Yeah, exactly.
But when he's like, nice,
Plastic hand up in the-
he's like velvety body, nice, smooth. He's like, I'm not talking about. She's like, I'm talking about the view. And he's excellent, velvety finish. I'm not.
That's right. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. You're funny.
Yeah.
There's like the way she says it is
Yeah.
like so like yeah, because they're surprised 2 men are that excited about kitchen countertops and like whatever. Do you know who the new Highlander is? I feel that's got to be Henry Cavill. Although I was frightened today that somehow on my TikTok timeline, James Cavill showed up on my timeline.
Oh, wait, who?
He was the guy that played Jesus in the Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
And apparently he was advertising-
Caviezel.
James Caviezel, who sometimes
He was
like,
in Frequency.
was he?
One of my
Oh,
he
is
plays
that
the son in Frequency.
Oh, well, he was on there hawking some sort of religious thing,
Oh.
and I was like, oh, so that
Well,
is
he
your
is the
only claim
Passion
to
of the
fame.
Christ.
He is the Passion of the Christ. Henry freaking Cavill. Yeah. That sounds good. I would go see that. I like him. Are you Sushi? Are you going to go see what's the new movie he's in right now? It's like Dua Lipa's in it, and Henry Cavill, and it's like some sort of like spy looking movie. What is that called again? That came up on stream the other day. What was that, Sushi? Are you going to go see that? Because Planty's not here anymore. Planty saw it. And I think he said it was fun. Argyle?
Oh, that looks funny. Actually, isn't that the one with
Toss a coin to your Highlander. There you go.
Isn't that
That's
the
nice.
one with Bryan Cranston?
I think he might be in it too.
Yeah,
Probably
the
not.
clips for that look funny.
I saw a trailer for it at some point, or my wife and I
Yeah.
did, and it was like, I was like, oh, this cat, like this would be fun. And then like the CGI, like looked like there was something about it, and I remember. But again, I think Planty went and saw it last week because Planty, like, he's like part of a movie group, so he goes every Tuesday to go see a movie, which is kind of cool. And I think it was several weeks ago they went and saw that, and he's like, "Oh, it's fun." He's like, "Is it fun?" I was like, oh, "Okay." Yeah, when is the Highlander movie coming out? I would go see that. Oh, the new Deadpool movie comes out this year.
Oh, that's what JJ was talking about.
That should be fun.
He said the
I like the
and it
edit,
has
too.
who is somebody's in it that. Oh, it's he said Wolverine.
Yeah, he's back
Okay.
in it again too, and he's so Hugh Jackman as well. Have you? I mean, I know you don't watch superhero stuff. Have you watched
Yeah.
any of the the Wolverine?
Never seen
stuff?
any of those.
Any of the X-Men movies at
No.
all? I almost feel it would be interesting for you to see, because you could watch X-Men 1, which is good. Like, I think it's just a fun movie. X-Men 2, which is like good and like a darker kind of movie with him, because he's so good. And then skip right to, they did a movie called Logan, which is kind of like a...
Yeah. I heard that's the one where he's
Logan
no longer
is
alive.
Absolutely amazing. Like, that movie is just so good. That's like, it's like, I need you to watch these two just to get to this one.
Just to get to that.
Like, which I know sounds dumb, but that's...
No. That's good, because that's
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
And that's what I was talking with JJ about. There's like so many of those the Marvel movies I haven't seen, and all those things that tie in. Yeah. I haven't seen. I got him a copy of the there's a book that Quentin Tarantino wrote to go along with
Once Upon a Time in
Once
Hollywood.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so he'd been talking about it, and so I bought it for him, and he said he started reading it. It's a lot different, so I'm waiting for the report on how that is. So,
Oh, okay.
and that's the thing. Also, so talking about Spotify again, I guess if you get Audible, you get like 15 hours of Audible.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can have books. You can have books read to you.
Oh,
That's
okay.
part of your Spotify. So, anyway.
Oh, is that part of Spotify? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Saw the trailer of the Borderlands movie. I am reserved excited. Okay, interesting. I've definitely heard mixed reviews of that. I was not a very huge Borderlands fan. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I have to look that up when I'm doing.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That I remember. But yeah, X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 I think are really good. I didn't see some of the other. X-Men 3 was bad, and then there was some prequel stuff that I heard was pretty good. Like, I didn't see some of those.
X-Men 72. Not so good.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. But yeah, Logan is fantastic. Like, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Hugh Jackman is just an amazing like actor and human being, kind of, it seems like. That's one of those people. There's always those people, like you were talking about on Twitter when you see something trending, like, and you've talked about where, like, we were joking about, like, oh God, this person's not, they're not dead. Okay, God, it's just their birthday or whatever else. Like, there's some people who are like, oh God, he's trending, please don't. Okay, it's just because of something. Like, you just certain people, you're like, man, this guy seems like a good guy. I don't want it to trend the other way. Ministry, that is. It has Henry and Alan Richson. Oh, interesting. American nickname for the CIA, Black Site Operations, British nickname for the MI5, MI6, Ministry of Ungentlemen. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
So the heat is there.
Yeah.
But it's not overwhelming.
No, for me, it's actually kind of more spice on the front of my tongue.
Yes.
The finish is nice and warm, but it's not like spicy. Like, oh God, this is like, I definitely have had some lower barrel proof strength things in the 120s that drink hotter than this. And that's what I think was always so profound about this one to me, was that it was that high up and was like, this is surprisingly smooth. Not so smooth that you're going to be like, oh, it's dangerous because I'm just drinking. It's not that. It's still definitely a sipper because there is so many, for me, some complexity of flavor going on, but it's definitely smoother than I would think it would be.
Yeah. The body's good.
Body's really good.
Very happy with that.
Yep.
You do get the heat, you get the spice. That's quite good.
It's really good. I wish there was maybe a tiny bit more complexity. For what I thought would be in there. I'm definitely getting some of the baking spice. I like that some of the oak and the rye comes forward, like I said, which is where that spice is coming from. Like I said, there's definitely a little kind of, wood character to that. The sweetness is there. Overall, it is excellent. Again, when you can find this at regular price, it almost seems rude to start nitpicking on things. But when some people do pay even more for this, like I said, that would probably be my only nitpick, is I wish it just had like a touch more of a cup, but this is such an excellent pour. I'm glad I found it. This is why this is one of my favorite things that I've had, and definitely Rise. And it's up there. Like, I know you mentioned earlier, jokingly off camera, you're like, well, how does, one of the
compared to the Willet,
which I love the Willet. This is obviously a little bit more than that. And I think it does offer more. I think the Willet is a little bit more like 2 notes. This one has 3 or 4.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had
so
the Willet in a long
I think it's in that kind of range. The Willet is still fantastic, but this has a little, if you want something that's a little more toward the sweeter side, but still has some of the oak, the baking spice, all that stuff. Like, I think this is an excellent pour. And like I said, it's quite delicious.
I agree.
Do you agree?
Well done. Yes. How does it compare to the one in your memory bank?
The memory bank one, I would say, was a little better.
Okay.
But that's how memories go. And if you want
true.
to find out any of the memories that we have had on our website or on YouTube, go to both of those places. Hit the subscribe button, especially on YouTube. You can see all the latest videos that we've had, or any of our full-length podcasts can be found there as well. If you only want audio, Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify are great options to go select. If there is a podcasting app that you happen to use, search for About Beverages. If we're not there, let us know. We'll try and figure out if there's a way for us to get the feed on there. And some of those other ones too, we'll keep working out, trying to get those on there as best as we can too. It's all in flux. YouTube is the best place to go though, 100%. You can always find everything we put up there, whether it is shorts or gameplay stuff or any of our podcasts.
The full length show that we do on Thursday nights.
Exactly. That also shows up there. And while you're doing that searching, probably some other social media type things might show up as well, right?
You may be prompted. You may
You
be
may
prompted,
be prompted.
Yes, by one of our 4 pillars of social media, which are Threads, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And that is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 4:30 Mountain, 3:30 Pacific.
I think it is hilarious, and I have to comment
That's
on this
where
now.
we are, though.
I know, but no one knows
But
about.
we're
There's like 2 states that care about Mountain,
Well,
and I love you because you're my
okay,
brother. But
all right.
Jesus Christ, please.
All right. I just think this is where we're at. I'm going to say that.
I
time.
don't think I ever
Okay.
mentioned Mountain.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop
East
with
Coast,
Mountain
West
then.
Coast.
Okay. No, East Coast, West Coast thing, huh?
I mean,
Okay.
that's all it is.
All
It's
right,
it's where the fights happen.
So 3:30 Pacific,
Yep, 6:30 Eastern.
6:30 at this particular time of the year.
Right now.
That's going to change.
We
But
need a
see,
universal
Mountain
time.
never will. I'm using
That's
that
fair.
as the base.
That's fair.
The base.
That is fair.
No. Anyways, no, that's true. All right, I will be. That's true. When you find where your favorite show is on, it's not going to be on Mountain Time.
No one says
it's
Mountain
going to be
Time.
Eastern. So okay, so here we go. It's Thursday nights, and that's when we get together, whatever time that might be. And we hang out. We have some interesting discussion like this, debate.
We do.
We try some beverages. We have fun with you as you drop in to say hi. Also, throughout the week, Andrew's going to let you know what he is doing in the gaming world, what he will be drinking while he is doing it. And so for all the latest about beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say in the Mountain Time Zone, whether we like it or not,
You should give it a barrel-proof shot. I haven't always done that.
maybe
It's just
maybe
recently I
that'll,
have.
maybe that'll be like a reward thing. Keith has to convert time zones for people in chat.
Well, it's funny. I haven't always
Midnight London. There you go. Secret.
emphasized it that much. So this has been a little bit more. All of a sudden, I am going, and I don't know why, but I like it. Okay, but no, we'll go Eastern.
That's amazing.
We'll go Eastern.
This variation is usually much smoother than competitors. 2020 is still the benchmark in taste, in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree, Secret. I think that one was like just like a touch smoother and that's what I can literally picture myself standing in my friend's kitchen as we were trying that and tasting it, and just talking about like, again, wow, this is so smooth. Like, and I think I even at that time in that one used the term like, wow, this is dangerously smooth. Like I could literally like, but I don't remember the proof exactly on that one if he was in chat. Or maybe I'll message him later and see what that was. But yeah, like I think still, when you think about something 132 proof, basically, we've had some stuff from Frey Ranch that we've always thought was excellent, like their thing. We have a rye from them that is also so we have some whiskeys that we can dive into and might hit the comparison.
Do a
chart
little
on some of
rye
these.
side by side.
Yeah, and another thing actually a rye. A blind rye tasting might be kind of interesting. That might be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
We've talked about doing some more blinds this year with, maybe 2 or 3, like maybe 3 whiskeys or something at a time. Having my wife just kind of like pull stuff from our stock, maybe we lay out like, okay, out of these 6, pick 3 of them or whatever. And we try them because I like listening to those kind of podcasts. There's a couple of podcasts I listen to that where they do that type of thing. And I think it's interesting because, what we think we like here in a single tasting can be totally different based on a blind.
Yeah.
And can be surprising in a good way. And they might be like, oh my gosh, actually, when I try these together, I like this one better. And this is the cheaper, or, whatever, who knows?
Right.
But yeah. These bottles are so tough because you could crush a bottle. This one you definitely, like I said, it's, I get totally what you're saying, Secret. Like I said, these, for what proof they're at, you definitely could drink more of one of these than a lot of other things that are at higher proof level. Even like of Stag, which I enjoy, like a Stag Junior, which now just called Stag. Like I said, that one is really good. But yeah, it's surprising when you get up in that high proof range, when you can find something that's so smooth. Like I said, it still is, warm going down, but like I said, the finish isn't harsh, spicy on the front. It's that right. Like, yeah, it's, again, and
Mix this with some Coke. It'd be great. Just kidding.
Like I always say, like that came up jokingly on Twitter the other day, and I don't know if you saw, I commented on that. Like I said, but someone I think they had bought Eagle, and it's always interesting to me, like what's hard to find, like, and not that Eagle Rare is easy to find here, but it's not super difficult. But some people, like I said, on the East Coast are like, oh my God, I bought a Eagle Rare. And I think they wound up pouring some of it in Coke or talked about it or whatever. And it was like, and people were commenting on it, and I don't remember what they said, but I said, hey, you bought the whiskey, do with it what you want with it.
That's true.
I said, you paid for it.
Yep.
It's like, and to me, like Eagle Rare isn't that hard to find. So I wouldn't pour like really anything in Coke. Like that's not my thing. Yeah. I would make a cocktail out of it.
Drink,
I would make a Manhattan. I would make a whiskey sour. I would do something like that. That's like, oh, that's bringing something to the party.
Yeah.
But again, it all comes down to other than maybe if you bought a bottle of Pappy, which would really piss me off. Everything else, like you bought it, like do with it what you want.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like I said, and they did appreciate that. They're like, that's why I appreciate you. I was like, well, I may disagree with you what you're doing with it, but it's like you bought it. Like
ultimately,
yeah. If you're like, this makes me happy, and this is I want people to be happy.
I spent X dollars on this.
Yeah,
and I'm happy making this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good.
Yeah. That seems different to me, but yeah, like whatever is going to make you happy. Like I said, definitely do it. Yeah, to each their own. Like I said, all that kind of, like I said, 100%.
Each his own and you my own.
Oh my God! See the scenes coming out there. All right, we're gonna start thinking of some things for the subathon the next month. We'll have to do something different and something new.
And I don't know what we're doing next week.
What should we do next week?
Oh, you know what? So next week.
Oh my God, I'm excited already. Is it Margarita Day again?
Well, next week it's Leap Day. It'll be February 29th. We should take advantage of the extra day of the year and do something. I don't know what.
We should do something really. Could we do that would be like extra exciting?
I don't know. That's kind of cool. I don't think we've ever done a show.
I don't know if we ever have either.
29th.
That's actually really neat. What could we do?
Okay. I don't know. They only come around every 4 years. So who knows?
Just like us being on time, as Guardian Dan would probably say. Although we're on time more than you'd think. Yeah, what could we? Yeah, what would we? Oh, I love that. Okay, we need to plan something. We already talked about a couple other things we have to do this week.
A mixed drink.
I mean, I'm down for that because I've got these really cool coupe glasses that someone got me.
Glasses. Yeah, they're the same as as Jay. Just cool. I love that.
Yeah, that was actually really cool too.
Should have done this on Leap Year. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Next, God, how's it going? It's been a minute. How you been? Been good. Been very good. We're just kind of wrapping up a podcast
It's been a
evening.
minute. How you been?
It's been one man since you
chat rap
chatted
there.
with me.
Chat rap.
Toss your eyes in the sky and said I'm angry. 5 days in the afternoon.
27th is National Kahlua Day. Okay. Oh.
I mean, we could make multiple mixed drinks.
I wonder if there's
a
a cocktail called like the Leap Year or something.
Guardian Down, is there a cocktail called the Leap Year? Can you look that up while I'm looking for someone we should go say hi to?
Also, there's going to be a subscribe to 29 cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
Just resubbed.
I just realized that my initial birthday landed on a leap year. Oh, no way. Oh, that's cool. Secret, is your birthday actually next week? Is that what you're telling me? Or was this during a leap year? I'm kind of busy with proposing to my girl on Valentine's to trying to get a place.
Wow,
nice. Next
that's
guy.
a busy day.
Congrats. Wait. Did they say yes?
I
was about to congratulate you, and then I was like, oh,
busy.
shit.
Kind of busy.
God damn it. There is. What is the drink?
I've been kind of busy being turned down. No, I hope not.
I've been kind of busy being told no. What is the drink, Guardian Down? Let us know as we're wrapping things up here. I think we should do something. I'll have to look at, like I said, I'll send
do a little
you
research.
I will. Yeah, I need to make
Figure it
commitments too. Like I will send you a couple of the links of some drink things, and then maybe we figure out what we can put together. I was born on February 2nd, 1984, so I am 40 divided by 4, which is 10. Oh, you were born in a leap year, but not actually on leap. Gotcha. All right. What was it you said?
1984. That's the year I graduated.
That hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Leap. Was it leap drink? What did you say?
Leap Frau Milch. No, I'm just kidding.
That sounds
that's
dirty.
a wine.
That's some German dirtiness.
Leap year mixed drink. Leap year cocktail.
Hit DM the link in Discord. Oh, okay. Leap year cocktail recipe. Leap year cocktail. Is that? Let's see. Oh. Oh shit! It's a gin cocktail. Oh my god, Guardian Down, I love you. I don't care about all that stuff. Okay, 2 ounces of gin, sweet vermouth, brandy-based orange liqueur, lemon juice, and lemon. Okay,
that's
doable. What is a brandy-based orange liqueur?
I don't know. The gin and the
Step
sweet
one.
vermouth.
Did you look at the recipe, Guardian Down? Step 1 says collect the required ingredients.
That's a good step. You never want to overlook gathering the required ingredients. Yeah, that's a lot of.
We have everything there except for.
All right, let's make the drink. Oh, we didn't get everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What would this be? Search. I'm reminded when some kids say they are born in 2003, and I think, well, fuck, I graduated high school. Yeah, that stuff is rough. I think there are some people that I game with that literally were like, I was 2 when I graduated from high school. Like, oof.
Yeah.
Cordon Rouge liqueur from Total Wine.
Cordon Rouge.
Oh, citrus and triple sec by Grant.
Oh, maybe it could be any of those.
Brandy-based orange liqueurs.
Okay.
Oh, so Cointreau.
So there's a lot of those things.
Cointreau.
Yeah. Okay.
Grand Marnier.
Triple
so any
sec.
Of those. Okay. So we can do that. I like it that it's gin.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have gin. Okay. That's solid.
All right.
My nephew turns 25 today. I graduated high school when he was 6 months old. Yeah.
1999.
Yeah, we joke, like I said, a couple of us always joke that we're like the parents of the group. Like we have our adopted internet children because they're like
that's good though.
They're like in our low 20s, and it's like, oh god, I could have been your dad or your mom.
Well.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I think there's a song about that.
Teach your children well.
I'm not old, you are. Oh my God. All right. Well, thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate it. Had a wonderful, fantastic evening. I love Keith's suggestion. Let's think of some, we'll maybe do that one. We'll think of some other fun, maybe cocktails next week and actually mix them here on the show. Like I said, people seemed to like that the other day when I was doing that. I actually brought the ingredients in and like mixed the drink, kind of talked about like why you do the different ratios and that kind of stuff. So we will do that on our bonus day. Which I think there might even be a Frasier episode dedicated to that.
There's also a Modern Family dedicated to that as well.
What? I don't believe that. Is that true?
It is. Yeah.
I've never seen that show. Tell me about that show.
You haven't seen that episode?
I've never seen Modern Family
You've
before.
seen Modern Family.
I don't think I've seen Modern Family before.
Oh, yeah. You turn 25, the car insurance goes down.
There it is.
The War was more interesting. Spanish. But I don't have time to prove it.
Sushi coming in strong there at the end. Appreciate that. I was so excited when I turned 25. That is when I got the spicy 15% off my car insurance.
My dust all day, slowpoke. And you might be eating that's gonna
that right there. The point.
Well, let's hope
I
it
like
doesn't
his
come to that.
Point. He has the, and then he has the.
That is a good one. That is a good one. That is strong.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. All right. Like I said, Guardian Down has given us a good suggestion. You've started off those suggestions. So yeah, like I said, we'll have some fun next week hanging
Celebrate leap year.
Leap year. Stop short. That's my move. Estelle, I did that. I stopped short with Estelle 40 years ago or whatever.
He stopped short.
Stop short. But thank you guys all for being here. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to go say hi to someone who was hanging out here earlier because, they're spreading freedom in a game called Helldivers. They apparently can actually get into the game. Oh my God, right there. We're going to say hi to Lucky. He's playing some Helldivers. I don't know if he's playing with people. I bet he is, though. He's always playing with people. He always has friends about. So yeah, we're going to say hi to Lucky. He is super awesome, super fun. And I will see you tomorrow, usual time, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern.
What time
8
is that
o'clock Mountain.
There we go.
I was ready for you, son of a bitch. They paid for server access. I feel they may have. But yeah, we'll be doing that. You will see this wonderful man next week.
On leap
6:30 p.m.
Leap
Eastern
Day.
on Leap Day. Maybe
go.
I'll have to find some clips from that show. Maybe we just play that show in the background as we just do
Have it going on there.
Exactly, just have it going on and on
And buttons and bows.
Is that on that episode too?
That's the 29th. That's the Frasier episode. Something in, but he forgets.
Is it?
He forgets how to sing the song. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it's for the fundraiser.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something in,
All right.
something in.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.